All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dungeon League. It is Wednesday, and this is now episode 4. Last we left off, to catch everyone up, the party, whatever they want to call themselves, have descended into the mausoleum beneath Stein and uncovered a devious plot. They found the plans and schedule of large numbers of shipments of the red flakes being shipped all across Kings Valley. Further down, they found a weird, ominous cult, and that they stopped and managed to murder everyone. And inside of a giant scorpion, they found a small canister. Selena opened it up to find a bracer, and it was landed upon her arm as she actually just put it on. And to which she heard the voice, "Finally." And that is where we will start.
And we are also all exhausted still, too, I believe.
Not exhausted, you just have no health. There's a difference.
Well, we took a
Alexa,
short rest.
define exhausted.
No, it's still, from what you guys understand based off the time that has passed, it is still probably at maybe around sundown up on the surface.
And we did take a short rest.
Yeah, about an hour.
So, I'm actually, like, in fine shape now.
I'm doing alright.
Nice.
Selena, to put this,
So
Selena,
bad.
so Asher's at half health, and Selena, you're at 1 health.
Yeah,
I'm missing 3 health.
I'm missing 2. I'm alright.
Yeah. I say we keep going.
Selena's expendable.
Asher's just kind of like
You
looking
have
at his
magic.
armor, and there's like breaks and cuts in it, and I'm just kind of inspecting it, and I'm looking kind of down.
guys. And
What's
I kind
up?
of look over and I like,
A sudden.
I'm scratching at this brace. It spoke to me. It spoke.
Before
to me.
you say that, I need you to roll a you to roll a wisdom save before you say any of that.
Oh no! Oh
Will it let you say it? Ooh.
That's
Selena,
That's a no from me, dog.
as you go to speak, the words try to leave your mouth and just you're not able to. You feel a barrier pushing you back, and you're almost helpless, not able to speak of that. You can still speak, but not of that.
no! I look at make eye contact with me.
Does she still look troubled though?
Go ahead and roll insight.
Oh God!
I mean, she's walking at the very back, kind of walking. Asher,
You big old pile of stupid.
Asher, Selena appears to just be so overwhelmed with joy about the treasure she just placed upon her arm. She, despite her wounds and borderline almost dead, she appears to be on top of the world. She's on cloud 9.
Okay. Looks good on you.
And can I just? I'm literally just scratching at my arm trying to get this thing off.
It doesn't budge.
Do I notice her trying to rip this shit off?
No, I mean, probably not. Since you guys are just walking through. Actually, you can probably see her probably just kind of like running her hand over it, but nothing too.
For the sake of story, fuck that. I'm walking in front with Kai.
You guys,
Yeah,
looking at
I'm
her,
behind
it
us.
would appear that she's
Yeah.
inspecting it. Just kind of that glance.
I haven't noticed anything going on. I don't even know about the
I'm
brace.
still up on the surface.
I'm hanging out with this scorpion. We're having a good time.
Underneath.
We should probably get back, guys.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about what's going on above when we get back, but yeah, you guys look in pretty rough shape.
How about those of us that are not about to die go first?
I
mean-
can't move. You guys go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna head out of this area and back towards the surface.
Then I will say that you do have your spells though, based off.
Yeah. Can I use my cure wounds?
Yeah, you can. You can go ahead and roll for that.
Who would you like to use it on?
You're for your 3 health.
I
You little
wonder.
selfish
I'm
thing.
missing
You
You
3 health.
selfish bitch!
Our
How dare you
clan
not take care of my friend Asher?
With this 2 missing health.
Asher healed himself
3 times.
during the
I'm
last-
healing myself.
I know. I'm just
All right,
doing
go
his
ahead.
shit.
It's one. I think it's 1d8 plus your. I think it's wisdom for you. Yeah, for your.
Wait,
So
what-
1d8.
That's at what level?
No, it's your first level. So it's 1d8 plus I think whatever your wisdom modifier is. Selena, you're able. You kind of just feel a warm glow wash over you as you're able to channel this, and you gain 7 hit points. You can go ahead and change that. Good roll. Good roll.
Hey, Selena.
Mhm.
How did you do that?
I smile nervously. I'm
Is it
trying to say.
that bracelet is awesome.
Oh. I'm kind of just looking at it. Look at Asher. I'm just kind of scowling, just talking to myself. No,
No,
just can't get
it'll
the
come in
words out.
handy. No, this will come. This will be great. It means I don't have to do it anymore.
Oh God.
Oh, I'm so excited. Let's get up top. I need to start working on my armor.
Oh, we're screwed. Okay.
All right, let's go.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Can I walk towards them or walk where they're going? Or am I still down there?
No, you're all walking together at this point.
Oh, okay.
Are you sure you're just trying to return up top, everybody?
Yeah, I think so.
Asher and
Unless-
Mick, go ahead and roll an intelligence check for me.
Oh,
Don't you say shit. It's not.
We're
Just 'cause
like,
a check isn't a bad
our-
thing.
dude, we are not the int bros. That is not who we are.
Mick with a 7. All right, Asher.
Just carefree, loving life.
We're
Being
street,
stupid.
We're street smart, but yeah.
Wow.
Wow. We're
Um,
not the. We're not the
Big old
guys.
pile of dumb. It's just right over here.
Kai, so walking past them, walking with them, you kind of, after a while, feel like you're probably not going the right way. You remember before you were walking up the incline, you have at this point been probably about 15 minutes walking down further into a slope and kind of taking some odd turns.
I don't think we're going the right way.
Can maybe I can help. Can I roll for an intelligence to see if I remember the way?
Yeah, you and Kylos can roll it. Lowest one
Okay.
is, I'll take the lowest of the two. They already rolled it. Okay. All right.
Well.
No, you,
I shouldn't have even rolled.
Kylos, you know, Kylos, both of you are well aware that you should have been going up the slope based off the way you came in.
We should be going up and not down.
We're not going up.
No.
Kylos has just at this point been staring at all the glimmering ores and small like flecks of the ceiling that you were enamored with beforehand.
If we turn around, we could be going up.
Yeah, let's head back to
Okay.
where.
So let's turn around and try again.
The slope is gradual, but I like to imagine that Asher's walking down a 45-degree slope, and he's just like, "What the?"
This is down.
Well, how injured is he? He might feel that way.
I have lost some blood. Yeah.
Yeah.
So after some time, turning around and continuing up, you once again cross those. You cross a familiar spot. You see the door that you had once seen before, but now the carts are gone.
Oh no.
Not again.
is
This always
the
happens to us.
is the door to the room, is that still open?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no.
Well, we know where the carts are going, right? We found their shipping manifest thing. So
I pull out the schedule for my pack and look at it, and guys, we know it's going to Belrut, but does this mean that they've already taken it away, or what do you guys think?
I think it's probably it's on its way.
yeah, I would think so too.
I mean, more importantly, like, we didn't even talk about it. We just killed a bunch of people because we assumed they were bad, right? Like, we don't even know what they were trying to do.
Ritual thing.
Yeah, but we
in
don't
front
know
of a
what.
scorpion. That's true. We don't know what.
We just assumed. I'm glad we assumed.
Having some experience with this, they weren't up to any good.
Can I try and draw? And like, is there any like branches or like a stick that I can grab and try and like draw on the ground if it's dirt?
Looking around for a little bit, you kind of sift through some of the various stone. You see a couple of sticks that have kind of just been brought in through maybe the cave entrance or the mine entrance.
I grab a stick, and knowing that I can't talk about the brace, I like try to like draw the brace on the ground and then a skull right next to it.
Go ahead and roll a wisdom check.
While that's happening, I'm like, Kai, what have you done?
Every
Like, in the
fuck?
past, we're like, do you just go around and stop cults?
So, Selena, as you begin to draw, you hear,
I've had things done to me.
I'm sorry, I cannot. And then the voice kind of fades out as you begin to block it out, and you're able to draw the bracelet with the skull next to it.
Hey.
Guys, I can't say this to you, but I can show you. And I just point to the ground and I show.
So
Based off the nat based off the nat
Bracelet
20,
can kill people too?
based off the nat 20, you were able to freely speak. You were able to block the voice out entirely.
Oh my
Oh,
god, guys,
nice.
this is bad. This is really, really, really bad.
I mean, I think the drug's
What is
pretty
that?
good.
No. There's someone talking to me through it. It's in my head. I hear voices in my head.
What?
I hear like this dark, like kind of like an old man like voice just in my head, and he at first he was saying I couldn't tell you guys, but when I put the brace on, he said, excuse me, finally, and I was kind of freaked out. I'll be honest, and I can't get this off, and now I'm freaked out. I don't know what to do.
All right. Do you want us to try and help you take it off?
Go ahead, and I just like
All right.
reach my arm out and almost like punch Asher in the face, and I was like, oh my bad. Okay.
All right. I'm not very strong, but I'll try. This is
As you
strength,
grab your fingers and begin to wrap around, you're just trying to pull. Selena, you start feeling the kind of strain as your arms almost being pulled out of your socket as they pull onto the. You don't feel the
Okay.
bracelet like budge at all.
Okay, stop. That hurts.
Okay.
Do you want somebody stronger to try, or
Is there a way where I don't lose a limb and you guys take it off? Because I'm all for it.
Well, you could lose most of a limb.
As
You could
as
just
much as
cut
I'd
the arm
love to
off.
do that.
Let's go back and ask our landlord about
Oh
it.
yeah, Kabor might have some ideas.
Kmart.
Yeah.
He
He
isn't
seems to know a
completely
lot.
fed up with us, so
Yeah,
who?
but you could talk to him, Kai, right?
yeah.
He
No,
likes
I
you.
think he'll give us one more favor.
Yeah,
Like
I think
before
so
he just
too.
Hates us.
To
Can we give him a
recap,
nickname?
they destroyed his plant life.
Flashback.
His poor fire drakes.
2 jerkies.
And then he planted 2 pieces of jerky inside of the remains of the flowers.
and stole his pearls and got them
They
for very
ripped him
cheap,
off the pearls because he was so
Took
distraught.
his food, but we replaced it.
With
All right,
3
with a lot
pounds
more.
of jerky.
Yeah, we gave him way more. We're really up in this exchange.
Okay, fair. Sure. We can go with that.
We definitely need some time to talk. That's for sure.
Yeah, we should probably get out of the cave.
Before we go, do you guys want to check and see if there's anything else nearby? We also didn't check those rooms in the
yeah,
in that
there
other
were
room
a
that
few.
that Kai opened.
Yeah, there were a few unchecked rooms.
Selena, Asher, you guys feeling up to it, or do you guys want to get back?
I'm down. I'm down to explore a little bit more before we head out.
I don't know if I'm in a state where I can protect anyone right now. But
Well, we can come back in the morning. We know where this is now.
Yeah, let's go
Well,
back in the morning.
But every time we come back, something goes away.
I don't know if we want to come back here, to be honest.
Plus, who knows what we're gonna see when we get up top?
That's true.
We shouldn't be down here in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, too late for that, Asher.
You're lucky I'm not that holy of a cleric.
You also
We're
did
kind of on
throw
sacred
your
ground.
you did
Are we?
throw your hammer down the stairs.
Didn't we?
I
go
didn't do
past
that on
it?
purpose. And Moradin knows that.
Does he?
I have no idea.
Does he take intent into consideration?
You killed a person. I intended not to. You good? we good, fam? I got you.
Well, maybe not. I don't know. I certainly wasn't much use fighting today. My powers weren't what they used to.
Alright, you
So
kept-
I got
you
some
kept
working to
yourself
do.
alive, so it's not all bad.
You were the best tank I've ever seen.
I sucked, Mick.
You absorbed a lot of damage for us.
That's
You
not-
did.
No one else could
You
have done
really
that.
did.
They shouldn't have even been able to hit me.
But they did, and you survived.
And now
And
I
that's
got
what's
some
important.
work to do. We got to get back to the surface, guys.
Yeah,
You're
let's.
tough.
All right, let's keep moving.
All right, Selena. All right.
Tough with 2 F's.
Wait, do we still have the robes on? We do,
Yep.
don't we?
Yeah.
You still have you're still always wearing your full black robes, and Asher, you have your cut off robe that you ripped the sleeves off of.
I
Yeah.
realized
You
that,
ripped
and I
the
just
sleeves off?
Yeah, he ripped
Yeah.
off the sleeves, so
Yeah.
he was rocking
Oh.
his like a
Duh.
sleeveless hoodie.
arms need to breathe. I just ripped the rest of the robe off and throw
Arms
it down.
need to breathe. Oh my
I was gonna
God.
keep the robe.
Yeah, if you suffocate pythons, they die.
I'm gonna take the robe off.
All right.
I'm leaving mine on, just in
Uh,
case.
so Mick or Kyle, are you leaving yours on as well?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, okay, I'll leave mine on. I
I don't want to be LF'd out.
I don't wanna be the one-
Jesus.
Scramble after it.
I turned to Lena. You really need to learn to be your own person.
Asher, as you throw off the robe and your the
don't
white
wanna show
cloth
the
and
braid.
shimmering armor kind of breaks through and it starts kind of glinting off.
Don't
once
waste
again.
any time putting on a bracelet, but a robe. Ooh.
No, okay.
All right, hurry up, guys.
All right. Yeah. Let's head up.
Yep.
And I'm gonna start walking towards where we
The
came from.
secret door through dead body place to
The really quiet secret door.
yeah.
Returning up through the mausoleum as you walk through, you see once again the bodies are strewn out. They haven't moved at this point. The steel cages and gems still woven through their bodies. As you ascend further up the steps to the mausoleum, you see that the gate is still shut where you left it.
Should we like
Oh, I forgot about that.
burn these bodies or something?
I think we should
No.
make sure the door is open first before we
Whoa.
put stuff on
didn't-
fire.
Didn't you close the door behind us?
No, they
Um,
rebuilt it, right? You guys rebuilt it?
You don't know about that, but Asher
Oh.
did some stuff for us. But we'll worry about that when that time comes.
Okay.
What I should do?
I'm gonna try opening the door.
It doesn't budge. You kind of feel the rattle as it kind of shakes against. It's obviously locked. Where if they was closed and locked, that's how it would have been left.
Well, who wants to open the door?
I'm confused. Are we at? So we went up and out of the
No,
mausoleum.
no.
or
You're at the
gated
top of
fence?
the stairs of the mausoleum, and then the door,
Yeah,
the
we
metal
went up
door that
this-
you went through initially is right in front of you,
went
shut.
past the-
So you're like right
So-
at the.
past
Sel-
the box.
Selena and Hunter don't know this, but the door is now welded shut.
No, it's mended. I mean,
It's just
it's
fixed.
repaired.
I
It's just
just
locked
fixed
in position.
I just
Okay.
fixed it. That's it.
It's
You
not.
you
broken.
fixed it really good.
Is there anybody like out in the graveyard?
No, at this point, it's the sun has gone down. You see a soft haze of a kind of an ember sky erupting from behind the trees, but the shadows are long and the night is growing darker and darker, and no one's inside of the graveyard.
So, Asher, are you gonna unfix this door?
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead and roll a strength check.
Sure.
You just fixed.
12.
Asher, as you bring your hammer, you hear a clang as you slam it through, and the gate the lock bends in slightly, but doesn't open. Go ahead and roll one more strength check.
Go
Sure.
again.
Think you need one more, buddy.
You can do.
Ooh.
Oh,
Asher, as you back up,
Pussy.
you instead of swinging this time, you kind of joust with it. The top of your hammer slams into it, and the door opens and swings over. It swings all the way around. It slams against the mausoleum on the backside as it fully turns around, and a loud clang kind of echoes across. A few birds scatter from the trees, and a couple of you see some rabbits kind of scatter away from the tall grass that sits around the gravestones.
Yeah. Let's get out of here.
Yeah,
let's head back
go.
to Calvert.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I know,
Alright.
Kai. You mentioned. Do we want to burn the bodies, or are we gonna leave them?
I mean, I think we should get rid of the bodies, but I also think we should get out of here. So
I think we should leave them because we need evidence.
Yeah. And plus, if we burn it and then the fire gets out of hand, who knows what will happen?
I mean, it's underground.
Let's just go, guys.
Okay, let's go.
Returning back to the street, you see a few guards that are still stationed. The one guard that you spoke to before, Asher, is no longer there. Instead, a different guard stands in his place. He pays not much attention to you. He offers a quick nod as you walk by. Return on the street, a few patrons still walking to and fro. Some of the decorations have been taken down, but it still seems that festivities are still underway in honor of the Allback. But it seems that the crowd is kind of dimmed now that it is kind of becoming nighttime.
So it doesn't look like anybody noticed.
That's good.
And I recommend before we get in more trouble, we go see Caber immediately.
Yeah, let's head that way.
As you walk through the town, a few people just kind of offer glances to you as you, outside of Asher, stand out as you are all wearing all black robes. People just they're not anger or they're not, enamored by it. They're just kind of more glancing at you almost with a little bit of caution to it. Returning up the steps and further up the trail, you return back to Cabor's home. I need you all to roll a perception check.
I see nothing.
Asher, you and Selena, you notice immediately that the door is ajar.
We just kind of look at each other.
Yeah. I just turned back to Mick and oh man, it screws me up when you got a different name in Roll20. I wanted to call you Union now.
I'll
and I'm just like, someone is here, and I don't think it's Caliber.
Someone, I don't think we should go through like the front or back door.
No, we have to. And I just do this, and I slowly push the door open.
Oh, I kind of
Looking inside, a soft crackle from the upstairs fireplace is heard, but that is it. It almost has an eerie silence looking around.
I just start. I'm just gonna creep stealthily and just kind of like check corners.
Can I stealth with him?
I'm gonna creep down to where we were, where we had been sleeping, and take off my robe and put it where I was sleeping.
Okay.
Yeah, I just look at Kai
looking
and
around, it seems that for the most part, nothing seems out of order. You hear the soft crackle from upstairs, but looking around, go ahead and roll perception.
You can do it.
Anybody? Or Kai?
Oh, just you, Mick.
Kai.
Yeah,
Maybe get rid of it. I don't know.
Mick, looking around, it doesn't seem like anything's out of order. Nothing has been taken or moved. The back door also looks like it is cracked open.
Guys, it looks like somebody also was from the back.
Oh, shh, Meg. Shh. Kai, let's go up.
Kai, no, don't go up. Don't go up.
We have to see if he's okay.
He had one favor.
Asher's just sneaking up.
I'm gonna try and sneak up.
You suck. Oh my god.
This will be funny because I have disadvantage. This will be funny.
No, we both have disadvantage.
This will be super funny. 9, 7, and a
Asher
9.
and Kailas, as you go up the stairs,
than mine.
Asher, you still hear your kind of heavy armor shift as you walk up the stairs. Kailas, you actually slip and kind of you hear as you kind of hit the stairs, but you're able to quickly kind of gain your traction once again. Walking up further, you're greeted with the same sight that you saw when you left. The dirt is still left where it was. Some of it was fixed with your cantrip, Kailas, but Still, none of it's been really tended to, which is probably odd for Caber. He is very much the one of tidiness and making sure all of his things are in order, and none of this has been tended to.
It's the 3 pounds of jerky still on the floor.
Yes.
Can I?
And the jerky's still stuck in the soil.
No, because that was part of when you fixed it. It kind of whipped it away.
Oh, okay.
Do I see any signs of struggle from the second floor after following them up?
Go ahead and roll perception.
This isn't like him, Kai.
It's not at all.
Looking around as you kind of just scan over this, you see that the back door to his study is not just ajar, but it seems that one of the hinges has fallen off. The door itself almost seemed warped and battered.
I think someone went through this way, and I kind of like lead everyone up to the warped part of the door to like the back of the study. We haven't been in this room, no?
One of you have Kylos. That was where he showed you the symbol from Dark Skull.
Oh, okay, right.
It looks like he struggled.
As the three of you look into the door, a very gruesome and brutal sight sits before you. Inside, large charred marks are strewn across the wall. The books that sat very organized and set across each shelf are now torn down, burned, some of them still smoking. Beside you, behind the wall, large arcs, some of them seem like from energy, some of them from fire, seem to be blasted against there. Spatters of blood sit against the back wall, some of it across some of the tapestries. The fireplace still crackles. Go ahead and one of you roll perception. Actually, just three of you roll it, and then I'll take majority. I need 2 successes here.
I'll let you guys roll. Go ahead.
No, actually, roll 2 if you want.
Oh.
If you're looking for this.
Oh no, K-Bor.
Asher, looking into the center of the room, Selena, you kind of, after you glance around, your eyes rest on this. In the center, a single tome sits open. A pool of blood around it as the pages are wetted and damp with it. In the center of it sits an object that you can't quite make out from where you're standing.
Okay, I walk over to it, closer.
I walk with.
Sitting in the center
I
of the
bend
book,
over to look at it.
before you don't have to pick it up, is a singular finger with a silver ring wrapped around it that's been cut off. Asher, on top of this, it is obvious to you, despite you not being necessarily one that uses a lot of magic in terms of like blasts and anything, that there was 2 origins of magic here.
This is. I'm just gonna stand up and say, Calbor isn't here. And this is really gross.
Is that?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna walk up and pick up the finger. Does it look like K-Bor's finger?
Okay.
It is of a similar tone. It is at this
He's
point
doing
that the finger itself is a bit colder. It's not, fresh, if you will. The ring itself that you recognize is one of his iron rings that has a blue opal in the center of it. A flower that's kind of carved into the ring winds around and kind of clasps the opal at the top.
You want to save it and see if we can put it back on if we find him?
Yeah, we can. Do you want to hold on to it?
I mean, I've done it one time before. I mean, I guess.
And I hand Asher the finger.
Before he grabs the finger, I Asher. I'm like, Asher, hand me the ring.
Sure.
Asher,
So
I pass the finger in with the ring on it too.
as you walk up to the book as well, looking around, Asher, you alone notice that there are footprints that are kind of muddied about, but something that noticed specifically is that they are red footprints, in the sense that it is a red dirt.
Does it look like? Does the red have any resemblance to the flakes? The same kind of color?
No, it seems like it's probably a natural sediment of
Okay.
sediment.
And then I just kind of like I hand you the finger, Mick, and I also kind of look down again. And I'm like, oh yeah, some red footprints here too. Maybe we should follow them.
seems like a good idea.
Seems like the only lead we got right now.
I'm gonna quickly look in the room. Is the book that Kabor showed me the symbol in, has that been destroyed?
No, in fact, it is the book that the finger rested on.
Oh, perfect. Was the
So
page open to their symbol?
No, it looks like that he was probably just had it open and sifting through it. A candle next to it has still been burning during this time. The wax kind of pooled across the table, across the wood, and kind of cracked down into the floor.
Taking the finger from Asher, I pop off the ring and look at Athena, and then like make a look of like together, and then put it on, and then give him the finger back.
You're now in possession of an iron ring.
What's
Check
up?
if it had magic.
I mean, Kabor was wearing it. I figured it'd be okay. And he likes blue, and it's a blue like
Oh God.
camaraderie.
You now are in possession of an iron ring.
Nice.
Way to do it.
Why'd you say it like that?
How do you want to say it?
Dude,
You're in front of the iron ring.
Can you imagine if Legend of Zelda they announced things that way, like instead of ba, 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 it's just like
Ooh,
Like-
chest is open.
I wrap the finger in some of my common clothes and put it back and put it in my pack.
Oh,
Alright.
you're keeping the finger.
well, yeah, he might want it
Yeah,
back.
If we find him soon, maybe we can heal it up.
We should put that on ice.
Asher's is known for putting like
Yeah,
live
ice.
flesh inside of his pack. It's becoming consistent.
That's not a
Still
euphemism.
I'm sure. I'm sure it still smells like fish too. Yummy.
Hey, the weekends are my time. Okay.
All right, my bad.
So I don't have ice, but I could shoot it with some ice magic.
Actually, a really good idea.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I just kind of
Alright.
take it out. I just toss it
Put
on
it
the
down.
ground.
Hold on, Kylus. Roll a medicine check. Do you have a medicine check? I wanted to know if you would even know this. This isn't exactly a common thing to like
I have
put
a
bodies.
-2 wisdom, so I don't know anything.
That's more of a
about
book
how
smart
this would
thing.
work.
So
Oh well, medicine,
roll
then
intelligence
medicine's
then.
wisdom.
yeah,
Okay.
just I'll have you roll
I'm
that.
smarter than I am wise.
Because I feel like it's not common knowledge that you put body parts on ice.
well, somebody else suggested it.
Okay, fine.
I just offered.
Yeah, you can
up
blast
the
it. You know, go for it. Go for it.
All right,
Yeah, I think I did say something about
Ray of Frost, 16 to hit.
You don't have to. You don't roll the hit.
This poor finger, dude.
Hold on. No,
7
unless you're
cold damage.
as you set the finger onto the. Where are you setting the finger in order to do this? Or are you just holding it?
Asher just dropped it on the ground. So
Okay,
I was just gonna
Kyle,
shoot
you
it
stand
while it was on the
back. Your
ground.
hand begins to emanate a soft blue glow. A ray of blast shoots out and strikes the finger. It begins to you hear the crackling sound. As it sits there, and you almost see it like crystallize. It shatters and falls apart across the carpet.
Well, we tried.
We tried.
I like raise my hand on the ground.
a little
That's supposed to
strong.
happen?
Nah, a little strong on the
Oh.
magic there, Kai.
It's
Could
That's
use
okay.
that battle, Kai.
You don't really need 10 fingers anyway. Let's go find him.
yeah,
Do you
I'm
think we
sure
should
he
tell
could
the
get a new finger
guards?
with magic? No, because I think they'll blame us.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
I think we should just like leave.
Yeah, and maybe even not come back here, actually.
No, yeah, I think
About it, we
probably
should
not
maybe
come back.
like not even stay
We
here.
should. So
Um,
we should definitely rest
We should.
and
But
think
not
about
here.
this.
Well, yeah, can we camp like outside of town? And
Why,
like,
camp?
the capital?
Can we not just go find a tavern or something?
I thought we were just talking about how we wanted to leave.
Yeah, just like this, crime scene.
Oh, I was saying we should leave the town
Because
because they don't like us here.
You've spent some time outdoors, but I kind of like a bed. I like to be a little comfy at night. I got a little bit of coin. Why don't we there's got to be some taverns we could stay in. Is that going to be trouble for you, Kai? Because
No. I mean, not
You
necessarily.
can keep the robot.
He's blue.
Like the what?
Asher, he's
Like
blue.
the-
You could say it.
You could say I am blue and have horns and a tail.
Just because I have a blue friend doesn't mean I get to say it.
Okay.
I'm not touching that.
I'm gonna say B word.
I can also do this, and I cast Disguise Self again to look
Oh,
like
yeah.
Hagar.
Holy forgot you could do
My
that.
buddy.
Perfect. Let's go out. Let's go find a nice tavern.
Oh.
Okay.
Can you disguise all of us?
I could
No.
use a drink.
Oh, yeah.
I
I
can
would-
disguise me.
I like start like grabbing from my bag some jerky because I have like the ring on, and so I just need to eat because if not I need to forget. So I just start
Oh,
chewing.
that's good. Thank
you
you.
still have jerky?
Uh-huh.
She has several
You want some?
pounds still left in
Yeah.
her.
Can I get some jerky?
Yeah, I take it.
Wait, you're not wearing that anti-hunger ring thing, are you?
She is.
I kind of look at my hand and I
That's a
hide it
yes.
behind my back. No, I'm not.
All right,
No.
just make sure you're still eating. That's all.
That's. I'm having some jerky and I take
All
some
right.
and I toss it to you.
Oh, okay. I'll try to catch it. Do you want me to roll DM?
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're no fun.
If you just want to roll, then you can roll. I mean, I just don't want to get that inundated. Okay, roll to use your left foot to walk. Okay, now right foot. Now left foot. Oh, that's a nat
Jeez.
1.
Oh, you fall.
And
It
dead.
buckles. You suck.
So you're going to the tavern.
Yes.
Yes.
With Kylos, you are. What was your nickname again?
It was Hagar the something. Did I write down the nickname? I didn't because I'm dumb. It was. Athena came up with it.
It was like Spoon or something stupid.
Pebble!
You want it?
Pebble,
Pebble.
that's it.
Pebble!
That's it. Spoon.
You're Pebble.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
right.
Hagar the Pebble.
Yeah, we're looking for a nice tavern. An inconspicuous.
The only tavern that is in
What the
town
How
is
could it be Spoon?
the Oaken Inn Tavern that you had initially been staying in, Asher and Mick.
Yeah, let's go back there. They'll be happy to have us back.
Is it where
Will
Margaret
they?
is?
Let's just go, guys.
Margaret's
We need a
everywhere.
rest.
Mark, yeah.
Okay.
Margaret's
Returning to-
the one that killed Kabor.
Returning to town, you walk through and eventually find yourselves at the Oaken Inn. Walking inside, you see the bustling patrons once again. It's a little bit more lively than the streets were. While the outside streets were, you saw maybe a few people, a handful of people walking back and forth, maybe tending to the shops or closing up. The tavern is alive and well. Musicians play in the back, the fire crackles, and the barkeep is still handing out drinks and different platters of food. Some people actually wave to Asher and Mick like, just welcoming you in.
Huh. This is a nice
That's-
change of pace.
Yeah, that's a first.
You know
This
them?
is more my speed.
Do we recognize who they are?
You'd seen them around before, but you aren't on a first name basis or really spoken to them. They're simply just people that from the town.
Cool. Looks like we made an impression, Asher.
I've just started to walk already with a smile on my face towards the
As-
towards the people that are waving at me.
Your smile is contagious as you walk by.
Pax was
Several
gonna be a
people-
problem, dude.
Several people are just smiling at you, and just a couple of people you catch their eyes. A couple of different people just smile at you. One of them kind of bats their eyes. You end up at the table that the ones waving. Two kind of larger men, a little bit more burly. The other one a little bit kind of more thin actually, and has a kind of a wispy beard that hangs down to about mid-chest. It seems that they're at this point they're just drinking. Are the rest of you kind of in suit and just following?
No, I go up to the. I ask Selena and Kylos, do you guys want a beer?
It
I think
went
I'm-
well
I'm
last
good.
time.
It's been a long day.
I'm
no,
good. I'm just gonna
I'll-
I'm gonna stick with my water. I'm gonna go get some water.
I'll
Okay,
take
so-
a drink.
So all right, I'll be over there in a sec. I go up to the bartender. Can I get 3 beers, please?
He holds up his finger, just holds up 2 fingers, pretty much like for cost wise. And
I give him 2.
you assume that he meant silver. And he slams down a large flagon. That kind of just some of the ale spills out, and he just sets it in front of you and goes back to what he's doing. A couple of trays slide past you across the bar, and are caught by different patrons, like barkeeps and bar maids. Just kind of throw things out. It seems like it's a very efficient system.
Efficient. I grab the beer. and walk back over to the table and set one down for Asher and one for Kai, and I take a sip of my own.
How is it?
I'm sipping mine. I can't tell you.
The protein shake.
And?
Pretty good.
Do I notice anything suspicious when I'm just looking around, scanning about?
I mean, you can just roll a perception for. I mean, are you looking for something, or just in general is looking around?
I'm just looking at people. You know, since there's like everyone's bustling and doing their own thing.
Nothing really stands out to you just looking around. It seems that everyone is just very much, whether they're engrossed in their meals or just in conversation with whoever's at their table. It seems like everyone's doing their own thing. There's some that are playing card games. A couple others are throwing knives at a wall, trying to just hit a target.
I want to go throw knives at that target with them. I want to go do a competition. Remember we did a competition with the
We
fish?
did do a competition.
Yeah. I want to do a competition.
Walking up, let's say that there's approximately 3 people standing there. 2 of them seem to be competing against each other. One of them, kind of a more muscled, scarred, bearded man. The other one, a little bit more lithe, kind of smaller, meek-looking individual. About the same age, but he definitely hasn't had the same blessings genetic-wise.
Can I have a turn? Look at both of them.
The kind of the small or meek man kind of turns to you, looks back at the other. But of course, that's fine. And he hands you a blade.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Is there any rules in this competition, or do I just have to hit the target?
Hit the target.
Okay.
All right. So far as throwing, I don't think you have that. You have archer now. I think that's just thrown weapon, right? That's should be. Let me check.
Well, I mean, it would just be a ranged attack with a dagger, I assume.
Is there any? Thinking of
Which would be dex or strength
It's
plus
dex.
proficiency.
Thing for this.
Well,
Yeah, you can roll
do
that.
either because it's a finesse.
Do I just roll a
Oh, that's a fair
dexterity?
point. Yeah. You can. Yeah. For you, you'd probably roll dex. Yeah.
Dex plus proficiency. Because you're proficient with
Wow.
daggers.
I hate Athena. As you kind of take the knife, you throw it back. You catch the blade, like blade tip, and back to the handle, back to the tip. And you kind of line up for a moment, and you as it sticks just right off the center, just barely off. And a couple of them, wow. And a few people, just the 3 start clapping, and then a few others start clapping to stand up. Impressive.
Thank you.
And the other
I
one
just
stands
wanted to
up.
have some fun.
Move out of the way. And he kind of grabs you by the shoulder and shoves you out of the way. Takes the blade and just. It seems like he's.
Someone's just burping the audio.
It's a tavern. What are you going to do? The man lines it up and just full strength throws the dagger, and it sinks in probably about like an extra inch into the wall on the outside of the target. And he just turns around and just. Lost it.
Well, better luck next time. And I kind of just give him like a sly smirk and just curtsy.
He just glares at you, his eyes just seething, and then just points at the other meek man. Your turn. The meek man throws, and as he kind of reaches back, he pulls the dagger, and as he kind of puts his arm back, the blade slips out and it goes soaring past back behind and hits someone in the kind of the back of the head. The handle hits him in the back of the head. And he turns around. Bloody hell! What are you doing? He just kind of shrinks down behind a chair. Asher, Mick, and Kylus, what are you doing?
I am enjoying this beer.
I'm at the table with all the random guys that I saw cheering me in. I just went straight over to the table and I'm just like, hey guys, what are you guys doing?
In the midst of this, I like nudge Asher and motion to the beer that I got him. Asher, here.
Oh, hey Mick, thanks man, appreciate that.
Yeah.
How much I owe you?
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
You can get the next one.
So I just look down to the rest of the guys at the table. I'm just like, hey, what'd you guys do today?
Oh, but of course we were during the festivities. You were not? Where have you been?
The festivities?
He kind of sits back and crosses his arms. The Olbach Festival. Have you not been participating?
Well, we have been a little bit, but wasn't there some crazy stuff that happened on the other night? And people are just continuing to party, huh? That's wild.
What do you mean?
Gotcha. Thanks, Mick. Hey, guys, what about another round on me?
Say no more.
Okay, and I just point over I try to get the bartender's attention. And I'm like, hey,
One of the barmaids
walk
walk.
this table.
One of the barmaids kind of raises her hand and she nods her head. After a few moments, she kind of has a armful of flagons and sets down another 5. And she just holds she just kind of sits there momentarily, just kind of smiling at you.
Oh, how much is it?
4 silver pieces.
Oh, okay. I just get out. Are you a stickler on like if I wanted to get out like 10 silver pieces? Do I
You're fine. Don't.
I'm not banking in your game.
No.
Like, do I just have a?
You can break it down however you want. You can break it down.
Okay.
I'm not gonna make you go to a bank and get denominations.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
ooh,
yeah.
sorry, we
All
don't have
right.
the larger bills.
Can you break?
Can you break a silver? She
piece?
just like snaps it in half, and she's just like
I just
bolting
gave her
as shit.
10 silver pieces, and I'm like, hey, thanks, appreciate it.
She grabs it and just smiles and nods her head and returns back to where she was kind of tending to before.
Sure. And I kind of look back to the guys, and I'm like, so what's happening tomorrow?
Well, the festival lasts for another 2 days or so. After that, I suppose we go back to work, enjoying our lives. And here in Stein, my friend here is returning home to, what is it you were from again? Man just kind of glares at him. Totem.
I'm sorry? I like look at the guy that spoke really low, and I'm like, what?
Dom. Yeah, he means Dom. It's a bit of an unruly town. He's traveled quite far to see me. We used to be friends. I don't want to bore you with the details.
Oh, cool. Is that far away?
Fairly.
I'm from Sundal, so I don't know if it's like in the other direction. I haven't done a lot of traveling.
Darm.
In fact, this is one of the first places I've ever been that wasn't Sundal.
Darm, you've definitely heard of. It's near Avarn and is also known as the pirate capital.
Oh, wow.
Would I also know that? I assume.
Yeah.
I chime in and be like, Asher, pirate capital.
Oh. Guys, this is my friend Mick. He's from Sundal too.
Hey guys.
The
finish my beer and take the next one.
All right. The man from Darm kind of just glares at you both. He seems to he's very much on edge and a little bit defensive based off how he's sitting. To kind of describe him, though, he has several scars that adorn him. One off his lip, both scars and tattoos just strewn across his arm on both, and then on his both his hands reads "hold fast" across his knuckles. He says it just rasping his knuckles. Do you need something?
Not particularly. I've got a beard.
Pardon my
friend.
friend.
Need something?
Pardon him. He's a bit of a asshole. He just kind of just turns to him and just glares at him. Just.
I put my arm over Mix my asshole.
I elbow him in the gut. Fuck you too.
Normally he's the serious one. Hey, what do you think Kai and Selena are doing?
Well, Kai's next to you.
Kai's right there, so you ask him.
Hello.
The camera just pans a little.
Yep, that's
Kai,
me.
what are you doing?
You're probably wondering how I got here, right?
Drinking.
Or, no, it's and I hit him again. Pebble, you mean?
Pebble. Hagar.
Oh. Yeah.
Kailas Hagar, Beautiful name. Strong.
Yes.
Wait, remind me again. What are you disguised as? The same
I'm the human that I
Human.
knew in my past.
This other
Right.
kind of stocky man, bald, kind of
Yeah.
hair on the sides.
Yeah.
Not particularly attractive, but not, someone that has a little bit of intimidation factor to him.
Yeah. You startled me for sure. I forgot that you were even somebody else. I'm like, hey, yeah. Pebble, you want another beer?
Yes.
Oh, you should probably chug that one.
And
All right.
I down it.
Selena, what is it you were doing?
I looked at the guys that I was playing with the knives and targets. Well, I have to head back to my friends, but it was a pleasure, and I'll hopefully run across you guys again. And I head back to the table, just like with a glow about me, knowing that I'm like, oh, I impress people.
As you walk away, the meek man, you didn't catch the name of, trying to be subtle, quite lightly goes, "Do you think I have a chance?" And the man just starts laughing. He very boisterously just, it just slaps him on the back, and the guy just kind of stumbles forward.
Okay, and I just kind of just walk a little bit faster.
Hey, Pebble and Mick, you guys want to grab our own table?
Yeah.
As long as they're not opposed, sure.
Yeah, don't see why not. Hey, I'll catch up with you guys soon. It was nice seeing you.
Very well.
We just trying to find a table that'll seat maybe 4 of us.
You find yourself kind of waiting around for about 10 or so minutes. Eventually, a table stands up, and you're quickly able to grab all the chairs and kind of bring them, just kind of scrape them over. At this point, some of the patrons have also just kind of begun to leave. After you guys get to the table, about a few moments later, a couple other tables just kind of disperse. It seems it's kind of getting later into the night.
Apparently the band showed up.
I know. I like this tune. Kylos, can you dance?
Hagar can dance.
Pebble, can you dance?
Worst team ever.
Is that how you got your name, Hagar?
Yo, roll a dance check. Roll athletics or acrobatics.
Acrobatics?
I'm curious,
All right.
actually. This is more for me. Roll acrobatics. So, Kylos, seeing you have once seen an elf do some sort of what would to us probably be something along the line of what is the not drunk? What is it? It's kind of a more kind of flowing dancing. There's a couple.
The floss.
No.
Is it like it's like
So there's a couple of leg kicks and leg sweeps, and as you kind of get into the rhythm, you're feeling the music. You turn around to kind of bring your leg high in the air to swing around, and you collide it with the side of a woman's head. It just knocked her to the ground off the chair.
Oh shit!
At that
That's
moment,
part of the dance.
at the moment, the music abruptly stops, and everyone just turns and just kind of shifts their look straight to you.
the
man
Don't
be-
worry, he's the pebble. It's
The man at
And Hagar.
go ahead and Mick, go ahead and roll persuasion.
Pebble, pick her up.
Roll
dude.
with wow. The man, one of them, 2 men stand up behind the table that we're sitting with her. One of them just sits down. The other one just still stands like just glaring at Kylos or Hagar. He just.
Did I knock the woman down?
You knocked her out of her chair and prone she'd knocked her out of the chair
Okay.
onto the ground.
she's planking on the
I'm gonna-
floor.
She's not unconscious,
I'm gonna-
but she's holding her face and she's just kind of slowly, kind of rocking
I'm gonna
slowly.
reach down and try and help her to her feet.
As you kind of step forward, the man steps kind of around the table. Lay your hand on her, and you'll lose it.
Is this the same guy that I know?
Where's
No,
my drink.
No. I walk up to the guy and
he's very drunk. You can smell the like alcohol just emanating from his breath.
Mick, this is gonna be good.
how about you guys buy everyone here a round of beer?
I'm not made of money, and it's his fault.
We'll do something.
I was just gonna help her to her feet after that unfortunate dance move.
Unavoidable accident.
Yeah.
She made me dance. I didn't.
I'm used to larger dancing spaces where I'm from.
In fact, where you stood up, there's probably about 3 feet of space.
Can I go around and help her up?
As you step forward, the man kind of takes a step towards you, just trying to just block your path. He probably stands about the same height as you. Kind of a more portly man, but still stands there just glaring.
And he's not helping her up either. This poor woman.
Call him out on it. Fuck.
Can I just push go to the side of him? Just 1 second, let me help her, and just kind of focus my attention on her.
He pauses for a moment, almost kind of reaches out, and then just kind of just holds back, but keeps glaring at Hagar. At this point, the barkeep just kind of very, very hastily just kind of goes, kind of that go motion to the band, and once again the kind of liveliness picks up as the rest of the band, and everyone kind of returns back to what they were doing.
Ma'am, are you okay? And I reached down and I tried to brush the dirt that came up, and I just kind of look at.
Turning her over, you see that she has a horrendous black eye that has kind of gone across her face.
I'm going to take out a gold piece and just slide it across her table to her. Sorry about that.
She still sits there, kind of a soft whimpering as she holds her face, as she kind of gets back into her chair, kind of slumped over, as Selena is just kind of holding her shoulder and bracing her.
Darling, you look beautiful. And I just kind of brush her hair, and I'm kind of trying to rearrange her and just make sure everything's okay. And I look over my shoulder and I'm like, oh my God.
She offers kind of a pained and labored smile, but it does seem, genuine.
No, I hope
I'm
you're
just gonna
everything's
sit down.
okay.
I'm gonna avoid dancing for the rest of the night.
Probably
Nice
a good
one,
idea,
Pebble.
Pebble.
Nice.
I'm just saying, you should be using that in battle.
You give her a fucking black eye, dude. It's so bad.
Mick.
Capoeira, that's what I was thinking of. Capoeira.
Capoeira, yeah.
Can you dance, Mick?
You kept. I think anything's gonna be better than that, but I'm not gonna
I would
risk it.
hope so.
You mean 2 nat 1s in a row doesn't give you guys confidence? There's 2 nat 1s on the screen right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that one.
As the night goes on, the music begins to fade and everyone kind of goes on their way. Eventually, the table next to you, shortly thereafter, probably about 15 or so minutes, get up and leave. She almost is kind of offering, there's a kind of a small limp to her, the way she walks as she just begins to exit.
Was by chance her name Margaret?
You didn't catch her name.
Would we have noticed who she was?
It was not Margaret.
Damn it. Wishful thinking.
All right.
I think it's
I think we
time
should
for
go
us to
room.
rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, the music has faded, and there's a couple of kind of murmurs and things of the sort, but it seems that you're now probably about half the group that's left outside of the staff that sits inside the tavern.
Can we, is there any space available for us to get a room?
He kind of looks through the ledger, looks through a couple of books, and hands you a key.
Oh.
How many rooms?
How much is it per night?
For the 4 of you, 2 rooms, approximately a gold.
I think we can do that for a nice bed. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine with
Yeah,
me.
as long as we each have a bed, I'm happy
Yeah,
with,
if we-
with
Yeah. So
anything.
2 rooms. Okay.
You,
Sounds
you
perfect.
set the gold piece onto the book, and he just shuts the book and brings it back. Very well, and hands you an additional key. Enjoy your night. And turns back, and he goes back to cleaning some of the mugs and glasses.
So this is
So
gonna
how are
sound
we doing
weird.
rooms?
Who's staying with who?
I feel that you should pick who you want to stay in a room with.
Wait,
Because
are you
I think
holding
that-
both keys right now, Selena?
Yeah, I'm holding both keys.
Oh, okay.
I want her to pick. I'm gonna stay out of this because I think this would be funny.
I don't think
I-
this was an RP moment, but continue.
I mean, do we even really need 2 rooms? Like,
Well, if we wanted to eat,
Well,
each of us
if
have a
we each
bed.
wanted our own bed, unless you're comfortable sleeping on the floor, I can go. And
we
return
should
this
bring
key.
2 beds into the other room and then all have a team room.
Well, we would still have to get 2
Asher,
rooms.
Asher, we're not moving beds out of a room.
All right,
We're trying to be
fine.
subtle.
Or
I just start.
Literally threw
I'm
that up in
unstrapping
my
some of my heavy armor, like while we're waiting. I'm tired, guys.
you know what? This is what we're gonna do. I put my hand behind my back and I'm holding up a number 1 through 5. Everyone choose a number.
I choose 2.
3.
5.
You could even roll a D. Come on.
I was holding 2.
So what does it mean?
That's
Yeah, what does that mean?
So
does it
that
mean?
is the person that I'm rooming with. So Mick, I guess hello. I kind of just like get flustered and I just give the
Hey.
key to
Right.
Asher.
Thank you.
All right.
Way to go,
I
Mick.
I looked-
nudged Mick, and then I just start going
I,
straight to the room.
I look to Kai and I go, "Good luck with him tonight. You're babysitting." And then
Okay.
make sure he
Selena
cleans
and
up.
Mick, going to your guys' room, there's 2 large beds. The room is very spacious. There's a large dresser. There's a beautiful painting and tapestry that adorns both walls. A soft kind of faint glow from one of the torches casts a warm light that's just very just homey. Kylus and Asher, going into your room, it seems like without knowing, you still feel like you got the short end of the stick. Both beds are slammed against each other. It's a very tight, quartered room. Some of the tapestries are kind of torn. It seems like someone probably had a fight in here, or just was probably doing some sort of drug. Is when today's
That's
terms.
fine. It's better than I usually sleep in. So I take my armor off and I lay down.
Kylus, keep on. I will say that you also have that ring that you attune to, just in case
Yeah.
you didn't
Oh
remember.
yeah, I don't. Well, I'm still gonna lay down.
Oh, yeah, I'm
because I
just
don't
letting you know.
sleep.
And the night comes to a close. Is there?
I think
Alright,
Asher's
good session,
role playing a
everyone.
little too. Like, oh, there he is.
He actually just
awake.
distant.
I
He's
wish
awake.
he heard. I
What?
wish he heard his room.
I'll describe it again. So Asher,
Good, it's good.
essentially Mick and Selena, the room was very spacious. 2 large beds, beautiful tapestries and paintings. So these large pane windows that look out onto the forest. Your room, not so much. 2 beds that are slammed together, kind of a little bit worn down and kind of broken down. And some of the dressers are kind of, it seems like one of the legs kind of wobbles as it kind of just shifts. Boards are kind of splintered and broken, but still a bed.
Sure. I just say dibs, and I start taking all my armor off, throwing it off to the side, taking clothes off, and I just lay right down on one of the beds.
All right. So the night comes to a close, and in the morning, you awake once more to a beautiful sunrise.
I
The
wanted
light,
to roleplay the night with Kylus.
by all means, go for it. I am excited. I couldn't be happier.
Roll for
How dare
cuddle.
You robbed that of me.
Roll for cuddle, and then Kyle has to roll
Our
for
night
struggle.
in a
all right?
hotel.
No. Do it.
You
Go.
think I wouldn't cuddle with Asher?
I don't know what you're into. Hagar, Pebble, whatever you want to be right now.
Oh no, the disguise self goes off as soon as I get in the room.
Oh, okay.
He's like, I'm not interested anymore.
Sure you don't want to change it to something else? You know? Come on.
I'm me. No, I take my armor off.
I'm
I
actually
lay
taking my
down
clothes off for real.
in bed.
Good roleplay, man.
How far are we
would've
going?
lived to that
I'm
character.
a method actor.
Guys,
But for real,
whenever
like,
you describe
if
guys,
you-
you have to do that.
I hit the bed. Like I strip and hit the bed, but as soon as I notice that you're also climbing into your bed, I'm like, "Hey Kai,
What's up?
what is it actually that you do?" Cuz like that thing where we were in the mines and finding, weird bodies with gems and cult members and red flakes and statues and weird magical, like all this stuff is it's kind of new to me, you know. I look strong, but I don't have as much experience as like my buddy Mick does.
Well, you know how you get your powers from worshiping a god, and
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah.
I have a similar sort of arrangement.
Keep talking so he has to
Keep
sit like that. Never stop talking.
I have a similar arrangement, but with a different sort of
God?
entity, sort of god.
Okay.
And mine was sort of a. I was in a tight situation, and it was really my last avenue for hope to get out of it.
Wow.
And so the situation's a little bit tense, but I get something out of it, and they get something out of it. So
Yeah.
I guess it works out.
I guess it's not all bad. I mean, you're here with us now,
Yeah,
and you're not dead.
that's true. I'm not dead. Although I've come much closer to dying over the last couple days than I had before.
That is, yeah. Me too, actually, now that I think about it. I really got to hit the forge again tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
I got a lot of work to do. I just kind of look over at my stuff on the floor. But, yeah, just, I know you got crazy magic and stuff, and I know that you might not worship, like, a god, but, yeah, just let me know what's up. You know? We don't need to have any secrets.
I mean, as I get to know you guys a little bit better,
What do you want to
get,
know?
Get a little bit more specific about things.
What do you want to know?
How did you come to worship the god that you follow?
Well, I didn't necessarily seek it out, so to speak. I just kind of started feeling things and hearing things, and I got taken in by some of the other clerics in my town, which were mostly dwarves, actually. It was kind of strange, to be fair. Everyone was kind of surprised that I was able to do anything with any kind of, healing abilities. And to be fair, I kind of twisted them a little bit into using them in the ways that, the traditional cleric curriculum wasn't really my thing.
Sure.
So that's why I like to, still work with metal and use my we'll call them divine powers. That's how they're referred to in the book. But I just think that they're just gut feelings.
Yeah.
But it allows me to, help some people from time to time, even though it's not my favorite way to use my powers. But yeah.
It can be good to help people from time to time.
Yeah, I think so too. Good night.
Good night.
I just immediately fall asleep.
And I'm just going to, because I don't need to sleep because of the ring, I'm just going to lay there staring at the ceiling all night.
Jesus.
Damn.
Mick, you fall into your deep sleep, Athena. You're able to meditate.
Nice.
About partway through the night, there's kind of you feel this presence just in your mind. It hasn't left since you had put on that bracelet. And it still sits there just kind of swelling, just growing and fading, growing and fading.
I look over. Is Mick asleep? Like
Mick
passed out?
Yeah, Mick's asleep.
I look over. I'm
Sleeping.
Do I notice it doing anything physically to me?
No, it seems that it's simply lying upon your arm, but you still just feel that psychic presence.
I kind of just look left and right, and I kind of bring it up. Hello?
Hello there.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
It doesn't seem that the sound actually comes. It's not audible, but you'll hear it within your mind.
Who? What? I have so many questions. What do I ask it?
What is your name?
Call me Sel.
Sel it is.
What is your name?
I am Nigel Ill.
Nigel. Wait, Nigel. And why do I? Nigel. Are you?
Nigel Ill, not Nigel.
Nigel.
Nadrel Ill.
Nadrel in. Okay. Sorry, I laugh.
I think he's
when I'm
talking to
nervous.
Asher right now.
Um,
I mean, I'm asleep. Sorry.
Who are you?
I am one of the 3 Eleven generals. I fought beside Seves Eren and Arluin. You are an elf, no?
Yes.
You do not know of me?
I do. It's a bit much. It is a bit much, but why are you trapped in this bracelet?
Do you want to really know?
I really do. I start to get very serious.
Very well. As one of the great generals I fought in the Great War, I was revered. But as I stood before Nerul and the terror that he had created on the rock of Korthia, I looked into the eyes of the god of death, but I was not greeted by such. Instead, I felt my conscience leave my body. As I ascended, lifted into the sky, I looked down upon my mortal self, watching my body fall to ash. I floated helplessly in the darkness. It could have been a decade or 100 years. I did not tire. I did not grow hungry. The air was not present. I choked and clawed for the simple pleasure of a full lung, but I was helpless. And then I felt something, an energy, a sensation as I was ripped from the darkness into the blinding light. I could see, but I could not move. My arms and legs were mere phantoms to me. I was a prisoner, an accessory to the dire, to the victorious, to the corrupt, to the cruel, to the hated, to the greedy, passed down through generations, battles, stored away for centuries within my own thoughts. I have been within that you hold upon your very person for over 3 millennia.
That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. So why can't I take this? Why can't I take this off?
Because I need your help.
You need my help. Okay. Why?
There is perhaps a way that I can be removed from this consciousness while my body is no longer of this realm. I can be renewed, perhaps restored. And all things
Why?
considered, based off those cultists, you're a pleasant change.
How would it go about you being restored? Or how would you go and be renewed? I kind of realize that I'm talking louder and I just go back into a hush and I look over to see
That
if
will
Meg's,
come
like,
in due
awake.
time.
Why me?
Because you put my bracelet on.
Okay, take it off. Take it off.
It's not quite that simple.
Why is it not that simple?
In order for the bracelet to be released based off the curse of Nerul, you would need to die.
I start like a
Or
bead of sweat just goes down my temple. Okay, give me another option.
find the restoration. Find a way for me to be released. Until then, we will be as one.
Is there any benefit to having you on my wrist? Can you help me in any way, shape, or form? Any power? Anything that you can grant?
I will do what I can.
Okay, now what does that mean?
You got to give me something.
You feel the kind of that presence just fade back into the darkness in the back of your mind.
Okay. Deep breaths. Okay. What time is it?
It is in the middle of the evening at this point. The soft rain kind of glances off the window. You kind of hear just the speckle and just the thump of it.
Okay. I will tell them. I'll tell them in the morning. Okay. And I just go back to like my meditation state. Tell them in the morning.
The night comes to a conclusion as you continue to meditate. In the morning, the rain continues on, but it's kind of just a little bit softer. You're all awoken just by the beams of light kind of coming through the window, glancing across the room, just illuminating everything. The soft, warm presence offers a welcoming sight to an otherwise harrowing previous day.
Do I add health?
Morning, Kai.
Morning.
Morning, Nick.
Morning, Selena. How'd you sleep? Oh, you don't sleep. How was your night?
I have a story for you. So you remember I told
Roll
you
a
about this
wisdom
bird-
save. Or roll a wisdom check.
Oh.
You'll crit. It's fine.
Could you imagine?
Before you even speak, you just feel that presence once again kind of overwhelm your thoughts. And as you begin to speak of the bracelet, you just can't bring yourself to utter the words.
You know, Nick, do you ever have that thing where I wish I could tell you something, but I can't?
And just like, start pointing at the thing, hoping he remembers what I was trying to, or yesterday.
Would I remember?
Yeah, you remember.
Seismic? Would I remember?
I'm muted. Nice. Yeah, you'd remember. You remember that her speaking of the bracelet in the previous day.
So this story has to do with the bracelet that you can't talk about.
Bingo.
I kind of want to get Asher. He's better at the whole nonverbal communication thing that you guys had going on.
Oh God, here we go again.
Let me let me go check to see if they're awake. They should be here for this anyway.
Okay.
So I get up, walk over, knock on the door. Asher, Kai, you up?
Open it. Yeah.
Apparently Selena had some more bracelet troubles. You guys might. I need Asher. You can come too.
Okay, I will.
Asher, I need your
Hey.
nonverbal communication skills.
Oh, for what?
Just come with me.
All right. Throw all my stuff on. I'm like, how'd you sleep, Mick?
Pretty good, actually.
Better than outside, right?
Hey.
Hey.
And then when they walk into our room, do they see the difference? Like,
Without a doubt.
do they even care?
Asher and Kyle, as you walk in, you see this beautiful room. In comparison to yours, this is probably about 5 steps up. The fine
I
linen
go plop
sheets.
back on my bed.
They, in layman's terms, they got the executive suite.
That's fine.
Oh man, your room's sick. I just run over to him and I just jump onto his bed.
The linens are comfortable. They grace your face. The softness.
It's better. It's spring here.
I'm in this
Aw,
bed, by the way,
man.
trying to lay down.
I'm
as he's
bouncing you.
I'm like,
Asher,
I'm like
stop.
sitting, but like sit up on like the headboard.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Asher, there's more pressing issues.
Okay.
Oh.
I lay down on your bed like this.
Oh God.
All right.
Can you not do that? That's distracting.
Do what?
You know what you're doing?
He's just getting comfortable.
Nope. No idea.
Okay.
So what seems to be the problem? I switched to on my belly.
God.
Kicking your feet.
This bracelet. I
Yeah, I
can't-
shouldn't have put it on.
No. Really?
100%.
Okay. Bracelet.
Like, I don't know much about magical items, not
Asher,
that much, but if you just ask me, maybe I might know the next time. Just saying.
Asher.
Okay. What's up? How'd you sleep? You don't sleep. Shit.
I don't sleep. I don't sleep.
Yeah. Okay. What happened?
So, can I talk about it?
Nope. You feel that just that whelming
forget?
presence. It's not like a headache, but you definitely feel it just almost like fill your mind. Just every any like just your head feels like almost at capacity as if this presence just kind of moves through, almost like flowing around like a fluid. It definitely feels active and alive.
Wasn't there symbols on or names on the bracelet itself?
There was when you first put it on, there was inscriptions. Yes.
Can Asher read these inscriptions, or can I say these inscriptions?
Looking down, looking at the bracelet, there is no longer any inscriptions.
Asher, do you remember that there was something on this? Do you remember that when we first found it? And I point to the bracelet where the inscription should be.
I don't, but I believe you.
Okay. So.
Because usually magical items do have inscriptions or gems or something in them.
So.
So what? Spit it out.
I can't say it. I can't say it. It's in my mind, and I start hitting my head. I can't say it. And I go into like a panic. Oh, I can't. This me, and I just pretend to die on my bed, but dead. Bracelet, and I just point to the bracelet, trying to make some sign language. You got it?
The bracelet makes you sleepy? Mick, I'm not getting this.
It's all up to you, man. It worked last time, so I figured you'd have the best shot.
I mean,
Try again.
here's the thing. And I switched to just cross-legged, sitting upright. All right, here's the thing is we can't get it off. It's definitely magical. So we just have to deal with it.
I want it
Or
off.
find Calbor, because he may have lost a finger, but he still might be able to tell us how to change things. I don't personally have the ability to get that off of you now.
I look to the bracelet and hey, are you there? Can you hear me?
All right, that's starting to get a little weird, Mick.
Before
promise-
you even say can you hear me? Again, you're not able to speak to it. Anything that's indicating that it speaks or you're speaking of that's kind of its nature, you have trouble. Like as you speak, almost kind of just nothing comes out.
All right, I got stuff to do today too, and I'm hungry. Let's go downstairs, okay? Let's go.
Okay.
We still have jerky, right? Why don't we just get moving?
We can't eat jerky.
road.
We can't eat jerky every
Sorry.
meal, Kai.
It's also our travel jerky, Kai.
Well, then
That
let's
is
buy more
true.
jerky.
Let's just go downstairs. Maybe the tavern has breakfast or
Alright.
something.
All right. All right.
It'd be super easy. Let's go. Maybe they'll have eggs.
All right, I'm gonna become Hagar again.
Returning downstairs, once again, the tavern is filled with patrons. You're able to get your breakfast and your ale, if you so choose, brought to you, and able to quickly fuel up for the day.
Woo.
Wait.
What was for breakfast?
Do I heal or do I
I hope
add?
eggs.
I
Yeah.
believe it's half.
Egg
Your
sounds
die?
so good right now.
Yeah, you regain all your health. You regain half of your total hit die, regardless of how many you spent.
Okay, so I'm
you
at.
get your spell slots back.
Yeah. Asher, I will say that before you went down, you're you're going to the forge. Right, never mind.
Yeah, I gotta go to the forge.
Yeah. All right. So
Guys, I gotta go to the forge.
Asher, after you're able to quickly consume your food. You see he's kind of just wipes off his mouth and heads out the door. Is anyone following, or is Asher just gonna go?
I'll go with him.
I'll accompany.
All
I
right.
want to watch some of this armor work after you talked about it last night.
The four of you
I
go.
want to make sure he doesn't get in more trouble.
The
or
four of
break
you
someone
walk
else's shit.
back towards the forge. You hear the familiar clank of hammers and just general rowdiness that associates itself with it. After approaching, you see a large man that you recognize once more with his back to you.
Hey, you. What's up, man?
He turns around. Asha,
Hey.
friend. How goes it?
Good
How
to
was your
see you.
day?
Oh, man. We have a long day ahead of us. And I was just hoping, could I just use a forge for like 5 or 10 minutes?
Oh,
I
but
won't
of
touch any
course.
of your stuff, I promise. I'm gonna take this off and do some work to it.
Any man of the anvil is a friend of mine, by all means.
Haha.
And you're able to return back to the same anvil you had used once before.
Okay. I start taking all my armor off.
A couple of people just kind of offer fleeting, like, kind of looks at you, just start stripping your armor, but yeah, you're at the forge or at the anvil. You're good to go.
You guys just gonna watch?
I'm curious to see you work. I've actually never seen you do this before.
You're in for a treat. And I sprawl my armor out, and I've kind of let out a deep sigh, set my warhammer down on beside the anvil, and I just kind of let out a deep sigh as I kind of remember I was really no good yesterday, and whatever power I was being given, it just wasn't enough. But today's a new day. Yeah. Today's a new day. I pick up my hammer, and I kind of briefly close my eyes and look up, and then I start going to work on my armor. I am going to use... I'm going to take the blessing of the forge off of my hammer and put it onto my armor.
Mm-hmm.
So the little red hue glow that was on my hammer previously is now being imbued into my armor, and I am going to prep my spells.
All right, that gives you what, +1 to AC, right?
Yeah, it just makes my AC
All right.
an additional 1.
At this
which
point, a
I'll
crowd has
fix.
actually gathered. Seeing that the rest of the Hagar, Mick, and Selena have crowded around, a small crowd has begun to gather, kind of watching Asher at this point. Probably about 10 or so people.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I'm I basically don't hit my armor with my hammer. I just rest it on top of it,
Yeah.
and with both my hands on the hilt, and I just focus, and hopefully
After a few
Moradin
minutes, you
imbues
feel
me
this-
with some light or
Feel
something.
the presence of Morden kind of flow through you, through the hammer and into the armor. The armor begins to glow. A small little flex and scratch that you had attained from the previous day mend as the armor turns back to a pristine state.
Wow, that was fancy.
I'm never gonna get hit again.
Let's
I
hope
put
so.
the armor back on and just kind of adjust
As
it.
you say that, the larger blacksmith comes up behind you, slaps you on the back. Impressive!
Yeah. I'm hoping that I'll be able to make this even stronger in the future. But we'll see. I just want to protect my friends.
Well,
Respectable.
you protected us pretty good.
Yeah, you did phenomenal, even though it may
No.
not feel like it.
Shut up. I sucked. Let's go, guys. I'm
You
ready.
take that back right now.
I just gotta storm off like a brat.
God. I like turn to the crowd. I'm sorry, he's a diva. Okay.
Such a child.
Flip my hair.
Calm down, Bieber. Go pee in a bucket while you're at it.
Yeah.
Guys, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
Do we have any idea where to go? By the way.
Yeah, where are we going?
I mean, he led the charge. Where are we going, Asher?
All right, Asher.
Well, let's think about it. Krober is missing.
Krober, Kate. Oh my God,
Caber-
Asher.
Caber.
Cabor.
Caber.
The last thing I remember seeing that was important is we should go back and check where those red footprints led to.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we didn't check that.
So let's go back discreetly.
Let's go.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Returning
Head
back
back
to
yeah.
Caber's home, the door to the front is still ajar.
Oh.
Oh, well,
We
we
didn't
left it open.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
didn't
no,
close it when
yeah,
we
no.
left.
No, no one.
God, we suck.
That means no one else has closed it.
That is
That's
true.
true.
This might be good. Let's go in.
All right, go in.
returning back inside and going up to the second floor, at this point the fire has gone out. The soft embers crackle in the morning light. A small kind of the room smells of smoke and firewood as the kind of smoke settles across the room. Nothing has changed since you've left.
All right.
I'm gonna go straight back to the where I saw the footprints and
Yeah, I'm
just see if
following
I can
him
trace
behind.
them in any direction.
It seems that the footprints kind of came from the front door and that they faded once they kind of got upstairs. But once outside, they disappear.
Does the
Shit.
like soil around the house match what the footprints were?
They
Like
do
the
not.
mud and stuff. Okay.
It seems that
The soil?
the kind of dirt around Caber's home is just your run-of-the-mill kind of brown and kind of darker hues. This is a
Do any of us like recognize where that dirt might be from?
yes. The only red dirt that you've seen was probably from the clay sediment from the river when you're walking along the shoreline. Kind of the
Okay.
there's
You
only
wouldn't think it.
go ahead.
You wouldn't think it was that guy we ran into, right?
Which guy?
Do you remember the guy
Run
where?
into a lot of guys.
No. We were going through by the riverbank, and he like tried to rob us.
Oh, yeah, the homeless guy.
And the homeless guy.
He didn't seem like he had a lot going on.
He also didn't seem capable of taking
Anything.
Caber, let alone
Yeah.
cutting off his finger.
Yeah, I know. You know, it'd be really nice if we still had that finger.
We could pick up the.
It wasn't that
parts
nice. Yeah. Yeah, this seemed very deliberate. This whole breaking and entering and severing a finger and placing it perfectly on a book in the middle of the room. That's not something just a
Oh.
homeless guy does.
And the book had information about the what was it, Dark Skull.
Do you want to take that book? Probably should take that book if it was.
Yeah.
We should probably take a few things, actually. I eye up that shelf that had like
The
labels
pearls.
on it. What other labels do I see on that shelf?
You see a bit of everything. There's small, like a couple little gemstone flecks. There's rope. There's different rocks. There's some feathers. There's some dried organs. There's eyeballs. There's beaks. There's claws. There's some various parts of metal. There's different types. You see limestone. You see granite flecks. You see a couple different plant leaves, different kind of ground up stuff. There's a couple ones that are some sort of smoking tobacco. There are going through. There's different kind of dried food. There's different seeds. Can we keep going?
I'm just no. I'm gonna just take the rope out. How long is the?
It seems like these little bits of twine more so, and a couple of chunks of rope. It seems like as you kind of look through this, it's more like some of it is useful, but some of it's also him just collecting things. It's almost like a library of materials.
Man, this guy was really weird.
Is
Yeah.
there anything that I would
None of
notice
this
for
is
like
like useful.
for alchemy purposes?
You see
mean-
a couple of just general ingredients that you could probably use.
Everything.
Just start
Can I-
mixing stuff together.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that. Like, I don't know how proficient I am in that. Like, I obviously have like tools and
guess.
stuff, but
It's your
Yeah.
character, dude.
yeah.
Trial and error.
I grab a general bit of things I think of use.
Mick, looking like a kid in a candy shop, begins grabbing one of everything, just kind of like a grab bag of different materials.
You can use those, Mick?
Maybe we'll find out.
Maybe. I mean, all right.
On this episode of Hoarders.
Well, Caber's one to talk.
Is there anything
Listen.
that I can use or that I should take? Because I look around and I'm like, I don't know.
I mean, mostly just collects weird stuff and like
Yeah.
parts
There
of
might be
animals and
There's
There
every
might
bit
be
of part of
something valuable.
different animals in these drawers.
do you like
But-
parts of animals, Selena?
Wait, are there owl feathers?
Yes, there's
Yeah.
there's a drawer that has owl feathers, beaks, bones.
I took a couple
Skulls.
myself.
I take some of the owl feathers and I just like braid a side of my hair and like pin
Oh,
it
that's
back.
not how I use them, but okay, that's fine.
I'm absolutely clueless on like there's any medicinal effect and I just
Looks
take it
good
and
on
I
you.
put it in
No,
my
it looks
hair.
great.
There's only a couple
Looks good.
feathers left, but you're able to
Looks
tie
like
them
I
in.
hold him. I hold him.
There
All right,
was
listen.
Yep.
Do we want to full on loot his house? I'm putting it out there. You say no.
What if he's alive?
Well, we tell him that things were stolen when he was taken.
We're so bad.
We are, but also, what if he's dead? He doesn't need these things anymore.
Okay, what do you want to loot? What specifically do you
know.
want to take? Then
I
why
don't know,
loot
I'm
it?
just gonna go through everything.
Oh my god.
I just want to run it past the group to make sure this is something everybody's down with. Because if it's not, I'll walk away.
Kylus, if you want to take responsibility for stealing things from Gabor, your friend, go ahead.
Well, friend is a little bit much.
So I
Your
understand why you're willing to steal
employer.
things.
I've known him for like 2 weeks.
That's 2 weeks more than us.
I got dibs on
Yeah.
the gold.
All right. Do I know where Kabor might have kept his gold? When
Not
he's
really.
paid
No,
to
he
do
was such just a
jobs.
weird, eccentric man that it could be hidden in any of the hundreds of jars, vials,
Fucking
chests.
terrible people.
Let's find him, and then he might.
Think Harry Potter of the level of like things stacked up to an uneccentric, like just extraordinary height. Things are just there's thousands of
Okay.
books, hundreds of chests, vials, boxes, little things collected through, trinkets, baubles. You know. There's I
Let's
mean,
go try to find
there's a
him,
couple of
and then
rooms that
maybe
you've
he'll
never
help
seen
us.
before. There's
Wait, I want to go look at the rooms that we haven't been
Yeah, I
in.
want to look in the rooms as well.
There's a closet directly next to, kind of adjacent from the room that's been destroyed.
All right, that's all you, Kai, and I kind of like just
Yeah.
push him towards it. I'm gonna go look in the other rooms.
Okay. I open the closet.
Roll dexterity save.
Oh. Good. Here comes a fail. Oh.
Kyle, as you open the door, you feel this rumbling, this shake, and just as you pull it open, you step back in a wall of just materials and just random haphazard. There's chair legs and like stands. There's bits of wood, stone, just come climbing, it just shatters across the ground, just kind of blowing across the room, hitting the back walls. This almost tidal wave of just monstrosity, just random crap, just fills the floor.
Kai?
Mick and Asher, you hear this from downstairs, and it sounds like a thunderous roar.
I glance towards the stairs and go, nope, not getting involved. Nope,
Mick,
nope.
Mick, we've been this far. Come on, dude. I
You've
push
been
him a
this
little
far.
bit. All right, well
Nope.
then I'm going. Don't
You go
chase
ahead.
me, Mick.
I'm not part of this.
Don't even try to
Remember
chase
when,
me.
when we
I start walking up the stairs.
when we and I yell at him when we save Caper. Remember this moment, and then go
Asher,
back
Mick, as
to
you walk
not
upstairs-
doing
Mark-
anything.
You see Kyla standing in the middle
Okay.
of this minefield of just random crap. It looks like if someone took an entire ship, destroyed it, and shoved it into a closet. It's just rope. There's cloth. There's random glass vials that filled in there. There's little bits of like colored wool. There's a couple chests that are opened up that have just like some books in there, some journals, some quills, and he's just kind of standing in the middle of this.
Kai, that was like that, right?
Yes.
Seems legit. You need a hand getting out of there, or
No,
Good.
I'm just gonna leave and I'm gonna
fair?
exit the room.
Selena, the only other room they haven't been to, as you would probably assume, would be his bedroom.
Okay, we're
Maybe
going
he's
in.
in there. Maybe he's sleeping.
As you try the door, you kind of feel the knob slowly shift, and then it just locks. The door appears to be locked. As you guys kind of like just try, the whole door shakes, but it's not budging.
Hey, can someone break down this this door for me?
I look at Asher. Sounds like something you could handle.
Sure.
Do you really think he's in there?
Sure.
No, but I mean, we should check, right? Just to be safe.
I just start chanting. Sure. Sure.
Okay, I
What
can't.
if he's dying in there?
I go for to swing at the handle.
At
I
the
mean,
handle?
the place is
Alright.
already ransacked, right, guys? It already
Yeah.
looks bad. So what's one more broken door? I go to
Alright.
swing at the door.
Strength
handle.
Poor dude. Oh my god.
This house is trash.
If you cheer on Asher, he's just he can't resist. Oh shit!
Oh my god.
So Asher,
Critical.
as you
Half
take,
the house is gone now.
Asher walks up, and just being a man of the forge, you understand how things are built. You kind of look at the frame, you kind of run your hands across the top, down the left side of it, kind of see where the frame's at. You step back, and almost a bit like a golf swing. You kind of line up, you kind of set your shoulders, you swing back, and let it and your hammer collides with the door. It doesn't break through the wood. It almost feels like it's reinforced, but the whole door shakes, and the whole thing blasts off the hinges into the room, catapults over the bed as it gets something almost like instead of clothesline, it gets swung out from the bottom, swings back, and smashes through the back window and out into the yard.
Asher,
I just put my warhammer back.
Well done.
what did
Dude,
you
I'm-
have for breakfast?
After you.
Okay, you know what? Thank you. I'm not complaining. I walk in. Anything I notice?
It seems that a couple of birds have been startled. A couple of cages that he had, and some of them have flown out the window.
The birds!
Some of them are still in the cages, but some of them have flown out through the window at this point. The room is relatively small and quaint. It doesn't seem like he has much in here, despite his other hoarding that he had. There is a small, kind of very quaint bed, a couple of dressers of sorts, and some chests, but...
Can I free the birds?
Yes, the cages all have kind of just turn locks, and so you just watch the Selena goes around, and a couple birds like flies out.
If we save him.
So all the
Anybody
birds,
find it weird
couple of
that he locks this bedroom in his own house.
It is a little bit strange, but wouldn't you lock it if we were staying with you?
so
Can I check the chests and the dressers?
yeah. As you kind of look through the chests, one of them is locked and isn't able to be kind of just open. The other one is kind of flip open. It looks like it's a couple of clothes folded up on the top of it. There's some robes laid out, different colors. Most of them kind of a bluish hue.
Can I break open the chest that's locked?
How are you trying to break it open?
Just wait, describe the chest to me.
It's just a wooden chest that has iron bands going over it. Kind of some of it rusted. It looks like it's probably a few years old. Rather somewhat ornate in the sense that it's very like well crafted. A couple of iron clasps that adorn the sides of it.
And I kind of look back and I'm like, sure.
I'm
Sure.
like, I kind of like pull
sure.
in through the
Sure.
door, and I'm like, is he in here?
No, but there's something in this chest. Can you open it for me, pretty please? And I hold it over my head. It's this chest.
Huh.
And not wanting Asher to smash the chest, I pull out my crowbar and hand it to him. This might be better than a hammer.
We really got. If we're thinking about doing, I really don't know
be in
how the
there.
world works.
Sure.
Right?
Asher, what if you decide?
Sure.
I'm from a small town. I really don't know how the. I could probably make something better than this for that, but I might need a little bit of time.
Well, what if he's dying in there?
Well, not everything needs brute force. Even I know that.
Well, we could just,
And I slowly.
Just to reach.
Kiss your bicep.
All I'm saying is, like, if we keep breaking through doors and gates and chests and things, if that's going to be part of our skill set, I might be able to make us something a little more practical than just smashing everything.
I guess before we attempt
But this one time, I guess I can make an
this
exception.
one time, this
Hold on,
one
Asher,
time.
You
Asher,
put it
hold
down.
on.
Put it down. The last one was so good.
Hold
Okay,
on,
I'd
hold
like
on.
set the chest
I'm like
over.
You
winding up
check-
like a baseball.
It is locked, right?
It is locked. Yes.
Okay.
So
Good.
we
All
are
right,
doing
go
what
for
with what?
Can I'm gonna take the chest and I'm gonna toss it to Asher.
Oh, you wouldn't. You
So,
wouldn't,
so
girl.
Asher, you have to hammer your crowbar.
No, crowbar goes down. Hammer
Okay,
comes
roll
back
to hit.
up. Okay.
Anything that's in there is going to get destroyed.
Roll to hit. That hits.
24.
Roll
Oh
damage.
my god. Dude, I'm so glad you imbued
7.
your armor.
7.
Christ. So as
Instead of
Selena grabs his
bludgeoning
chest, Selena, as you pick it up, you feel that's like a little bit of weight to it, something shifting, but like not alive, and it doesn't seem like you can make out what it is. You toss it in the air, and as Asher swings back, collides with it, and it splinters across the room. As you see a smash of color and chemicals go soaring across. As it breaks, it seems like the chemicals mix in the air, and you hear as a green and blue flame mix together and soar and slam against the back wall.
Green flame.
And the back wall and tapestry in his bed ignite on fire. Just the fire, just uproar, just starts against the wall. You hear as it starts crackling and burning.
Oh shit.
No, we need to put it out because then the whole town is gonna burn. We need
His
to.
house
my God.
isn't in the town. His house is outside of the town.
No, but still, we don't want to put it on fire. We don't want to put it on fire. We don't
Oh
want
my
to put it on
god.
fire.
So I can't believe I did this, but I panic and I can't believe I prepped this spell. I see the flames start to spread. And
create
I'm gonna
water?
use create water.
Oh my
Wait, isn't that only-
God, we got so lucky.
Let's see.
Isn't it into a bucket, into a container?
Let's see. You create up to 10 gallons of clean water within range in an open container.
Yeah.
Wait,
Is
is
there-
the chest still intact or completely empty?
There's a
Or
chest,
completely
the one
destroyed?
that has the clothes in it. The chest is still. It
Yeah,
has,
just take the clothes out. Take the clothes out.
Just put the water in your
Okay,
backpack.
I would know I need an empty container.
yeah, you know that.
Okay, so I'm like, yeah, I run over and the clothes.
So
I
as
don't
you
say anything to anyone.
as you rip the clothes out, at the bottom of it, you see a couple of pouches and a couple of like little black bags.
I toss them away. I just toss them to the side.
They shift off the
Wait,
side.
what was that? What was that?
I just toss them, and then I focus, and I just, bam.
It fills with water, and you see as some of the water starts kind of spraying out the sides of it because it's not meant to be
Yeah.
watertight.
Yeah. And with my strength, I try to lift it up and throw it on the flames.
You're throwing the whole chest onto the flames?
Well, no, the water
no,
that's
he's
in
like-
the
Oh,
chest.
okay. Yeah. I was like just making sure here. The water kind of splashes across, I guess, against the wall and the bed, and some of it goes out, but some of the water seems to almost have some of the fire spread over the top of it.
Magical fire.
I'm
I
gonna
turn and
grab
start
the
running.
pouch-
It's like people have never heard of oil fires before.
Wait. Where'd you put the little bags?
Yeah.
The little bags? Where are they?
God.
Selena, actually,
God.
roll a perception, but I'm not sure if you would have seen this. Go ahead and roll a perception.
I would. Can I do?
Yeah,
that
you can
too?
do that.
I probably won't see it.
While they're rolling during all this, what do I notice going on, or am I just chilling downstairs like everything's fine?
you
Okay?
hear a
So,
crash.
Mick, to explain the succession of events, you see Ash walk away to the door, borderline shove it through the back wall. You see it explode in. You hear them kind of start yelling. Then you hear another smash and a bunch of birds flap around. And then you hear a
Oh, thank God I set them free. Thank God I
as
set
you
them free.
you begin to smell a little bit of smoke, kind of wafting into the main area of the home.
I am like tapping my foot faster and faster, just like nope, nope, nope. And I keep doing that until I smell the smoke. And then when I smell the smoke, I'm like, God damn it! I charge upstairs and go, what are you guys
You
doing?
guys are downstairs, by the way.
No, we're
Wait, they're
downstairs.
downstairs?
Yeah, that's where
oh,
the
you
bedroom's
guys are
at.
downstairs?
It's just around the corner from you.
Oh,
Turning
God,
the
then,
corner,
yeah, I definitely
you
would've
see
known.
that Asher is holding a chest that's barely dripping. Some of the fire is kind of like moving across the ground. It has kind of a green and blue flame to it. Selena's like digging through some clothes, looking for a black. You find a black pouch, Selena, and Kyle's just standing there as the room is kind of like the smoke is filling the ceiling.
I'm leaving that room.
I notice Asher holding the chest and yell to him like, Asher, a chest isn't gonna put out fire. What are you doing?
I just drop the chest and you see me running towards you. And I'm like, go.
Do I notice anything of value or anything worthwhile to grab before?
I mean,
We
by value,
leave.
you know that out in the main living area, there's he has access to water, like basins of water. Is that a
I
value?
run
But
I run to that area for water and try to put out the fire.
there's only about a couple basins worth, probably about a few gallons total. You're able to grab one of them. Where are you throwing it? So going in the room, the top of the bed is otherwise put out, but the floor and the back wall is kind of engulfed a little bit.
Fuck. the back wall. I try to put out with the water.
The water kind of splashes against the backside and starts moving down. It seems like it kind of pulls the fire off the back wall, and now it mainly sits on the stone floor, just kind of like resting there. The fire is still high and kind of licking at the top of the wood beams on the ceiling.
Okay, we can do this. We can do this. We can do this.
Guys, we're making progress. Get more water.
Where do we find water? Where do we find water?
I start helping get water.
You're able to grab another one of the basins. There's 3 total, and so there's pretty much 2 left. And you're able to throw some water, and it seems like on the floor, you've pretty much pulled it off the walls, and the fire's gone down a little bit, but it's still, by the end of you guys throwing the water on there, still crackles and is still full of life, but it is quite a bit smaller.
Can I take another basin and toss it?
You're out of basins and water now.
No. Is there any water nearby?
There's a river that's probably about 1,000 feet.
Can I sprint?
If you're dashing, I think that's what 60 feet. It can take you a few minutes to go down there with something as well, and bring it back. It'll probably take you a few minutes.
All right. Can I do that?
Yeah, you see Selena bounds through the back door and you go sprinting down through the forest. The rest of you, what are you doing?
As they're still in there, I go out the building and I am running towards the nearest guard.
All right, Asher, you're running into town there. Kylos and Mick, what are you doing?
Do I think that
You said it's a stone floor, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I look around the rest of Katewar's place for some way to contain the fire, because like stone's not gonna do anything, but I just need to make sure that. All right, no, I take anything that's near the fire and push it to the wall, away from the fire.
Okay, you're able to kind of just anything that's left over, any little bits of wood and things like that. You're able to kind of just toss them in there, just trying to keep your hands away from the fire. The fire's pretty much just roaring in this center of the stone floor next to the bed. But you're finding it hard to contain, considering it's on top of liquid right now.
Do I think Ray of Frost could somehow help?
I don't know. Do you?
Maybe.
Tell me what to feel, DM. Tell me how to feel.
How do I think? You can use Ray of Frost. You can try it.
All right, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna shoot at the wall.
The wall?
Or
where the fire is.
Okay. So you shoot the frost against the stone floor, and you see some of the liquid begins to freeze as it begins to freeze over. Some of it still remains, and it seems like the fire probably dwindles to about half as it some of the liquid like just kind of starts crystallizing. But then it slowly starts to melt as some of the fire begins to spread back out.
Can I just keep shooting Ray of Frost at the wall and try and defeat the fire?
Sure. How many do you have?
Well, it's a cantrip, so I can.
Oh, it's a cantrip. How many cantrips do you have?
Yeah. You have infinite number of cantrips.
Oh, for you. Oh, right. You're playing. Okay, yeah. Kyle, you sit there and you just continue to just blast it. You just probably for about. Actually, I'll get back to that in a moment. Asher, as you run into town, you find a guard who's standing there. He's leaning against the wall with his head just kind of up, just eyes closed.
He's just got his eyes closed.
Yeah, he's
okay.
leaning. No, like he's like almost sleeping. Pretty much is what he's doing. He's just leaning up back against the wall.
I avoid that one and look for another guard.
There's another guard who just looks like he's kneeling down. He's like kind of just focused on something that he's probably picking up a piece of paper. It looks like he's just kind of focused on reading that right now.
Okay, I just approach him. I'm like, hey.
Huh? What?
Hey, our friend's house is on fire. Can you?
He quickly just kind of like his stance. He kind of gets into a ready stance and starts. Which way?
Back that way. I point towards where
he
the
goes
house
sprinting and grabs the guard who is kind of like leaning up against by the arm and yanks him. As the guard kind of gets lurched forward and kind of stumbles. He's like, whoa! And he kind of looks around and starts chasing the other guards. They start running up. Selena, you're able down at the river. You took one of the kind of basins. You're able to scoop up water with that, and you're able to kind of start moving back. Not moving as fast as you're holding the water. Kylos, as you're able to kind of just keep freezing it more and more, and eventually you're able to get the fire under control as it completely dissipates, as the floor freezes over.
Success.
The house is still filled with kind of a black smoke as the upstairs is completely just filled. Some of the smoke is now going outside the windows at this point. Asher approaching the building, you see smoke is just pouring out of a few of the windows, primarily the left side, as you see smoke kind of rising up out of that. Walking inside with the guards, the house is quite smoky.
Yeah. As I enter, I'm just like, oh, what are they doing? I run back in, and I'm obviously coughing a little bit. And to the guards, I'm like, we gotta go help my friends. I think they're around the corner here. And I'm just like trying to search through the smoke. I'm just like, guys.
It's a little bit foggy. You're able to turn the corner. You see that Kylos has pretty much the fire is completely gone. The floor is frozen on the kind of back half of the room. The back window is shattered. A door kind of lodged into it. A few charred bits, and the bed is completely destroyed. But
I will say that probably, like during all of this chaos, I would not have recast this guy's self. So I am me.
All right.
During this.
The guards kind of walk in, just looking around. My God. A fire did all of this?
Well,
one of them's kind of one of them is inspecting the door frame. He's kind of rubbing his hand across it. It looks like the hinges have been bent and just kind of like ripped off and gnarled.
Yeah, we also think that our friend Kabor, who lives here, we think he might have been taken.
The guard who's kind of holding the door frame looks at you. By whom?
We don't know. But this place was ransacked when we got back to pay him a visit.
He kind of looks around. Someone of immense strength could have done this. He's kind of looking, looking at the door frame still. You have any leads?
Yeah. Guys, what do we know about who possibly could have done this? We've got red boots, clay.
It was something by the river. Or am I back yet?
Yeah, you kind of come back. You see, coming through the front door, you see that there are two guards kind of standing in the doorway immediately.
Oh. Hello. Smoke. Nice. How are we? Are we good?
We're good.
Kylie kind of leans out the door and gives you a thumbs up.
Awesome.
I mentioned to her, Kai put it out with Ray of Frost. Sorry, was it after you ran and got more water?
So you're telling me I kind of like take the basin, I set it on the ground. You could have, and I just give him like a death glare.
I forgot you had magic, Kai.
Well, I wasn't
makes
sure
total
that it
sense.
would work, so it was probably a good thing that we went to get help and water.
So, how did this fire start?
Well, we were looking for Kabor, and we knocked over a candle that lit his bed on fire.
Go ahead and roll deception.
Even I'm like wincing at it.
I'm wincing at it. I swear. Please.
While he's doing that, while he's saying that, I was like, I was in that room waiting.
I literally just like I'm pale. I'm pale as a ghost.
I want to point out that they rolled 2.
Oh my God.
Battle of wits over here. Boy, is that so?
Let's have a +6.
That's all now 1. Is that a
Well, I mean, it depends on how.
I'm taking it as a failure. It's a nat 1.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that so? And why exactly were you rummaging through his home?
Well, we were concerned because he was missing and his house was thrown apart.
I kind of stepped forward and I was like, it was my fault.
He kind of just shifts his eyes towards you. What really happened?
We're
playing Derek Jeter with a chest?
Actually, officers, it was my fault.
Officers?
I still say officers.
Am I being detained?
I still say officers.
Continue.
Well, after he says that it's his fault, I step in. I'm like, actually, Yeah, definitely wasn't my fault. I had nothing to do with
I
this.
swear to God, Mick.
Listen, guys, we're trying to find Kabor. This is bad.
The
Everything was
doors were
destroyed.
when we got back. The doors were already open, and we were worried.
The guard just kind of pauses for a moment, just kind of looking. He's developing a bit of a headache. He just kind of pinches his brow. Stay where we can find you. Well, they kind of shrug and stare at each other. Just stay in town, please. We'll find
For
you
how long?
until this is sorted out. And they just turn around, and one of them walks out the front door. The other one begins to look around and begins to slowly walk onto the upstairs.
See, guys, they'll help us. We'll get it figured out.
Why don't we
Go to the river?
yeah, let's go to the river.
Leaving as the other guard kind of walks up in the distance, as you exit the house, you hear, "What in the bloody hell?" And just hear this echo. It just kind of echoes through the woods. He starts just, "What the hell?" and just starts screaming more and more as he begins to uncover the mess that is at the top of the stairs amidst the destroyed, the closet that's avalanche of just random crap. This charred, bookshelves and everything. You hear him just starts like yelling in the distance as you guys continue down towards the river. Walking down towards the river, you see that the ground eventually starts kind of fading to red. You pass a couple of houses, like that are next to the shore. Eventually, at the docks that you were once at.
Oh.
So, I think we should leave and try and find Kavor.
By leave, do you mean leave town or?
Okay. Can I check? Oh no, go ahead.
Check what?
How if we leave town, where would we even begin to go?
Well, we know that the last shipment was heading to the capital, so we could head that way.
True. We also know that these footprints are probably by the river. We should check around here first, right?
Yeah,
We can do
I'm
that.
trying to figure that out actually, and I bend down next to the clay dirt, and like it doesn't really. I'm having trouble wrapping my head around this because if the footprints eventually disappeared, but they came from down by the river, how did the footprints get to the house? Like at all?
While he's
point.
thinking
Unless
about that,
the-
I take my I walk over to the river, step in it, and then get my foot wet, and then I put it in the clay and press down into it and create a crease, and
Some
then
real
start,
CSI work going on.
yeah,
right?
and then start walking around, seeing if it
It
falls
very
off quickly or
quickly
just
falls off your shoes. It's very hard packed, and after probably about 10 or so steps, even on the stone, the clay kind of drops off and the footsteps fade.
Can I check what's
So-
in my? Oh,
I wonder how they got to the house.
It could just be a false lead. They could have.
They
put-
could have. They
Footprint
stepped
there.
here, took them off,
Uh,
brought them to the house, put them back on,
They could have
kicked it all off.
Now let's
they
go ahead
probably,
and
they probably didn't take it. They'd probably just put the boot down, Asher.
Kylus, go
but-
ahead and roll an intelligence check. You, from your experience and just being around here and interacting with people, you know that a few, so especially the farming around here, they often use clay mixed in with the dirt, kind of amongst their crops.
Okay. So
farmer.
the farmers around here sometimes mix clay into their dirt and soil.
Are there is there any farms nearby?
There are a few farms to the north. A couple of those are kind of more small patches. To the east are the larger farms that have full, hundreds of meters of fields.
Is there any
What's
relatively close to Caber's place?
You wouldn't know that.
Can I check what's in the pouch that I picked up?
Yeah, inside the black pouch, you find a few just random tokens. It seems like there are coins of different denominations, just from. There's ones that kind of have an elven denomination. There's ones that some of you don't really recognize. Ones that are square. It's kind of just a grab bag. There's a few of there's duplicates of different ones, but it's just a plethora of them.
Cool.
Hey, does anyone recognize any of these tokens by chance?
I look.
Actually, you recognize some of them are from dwarven coins. There's ones that are definitely elven. Selena, you recognize that. And then the ones from just you're not sure where they originated.
Like dwarven, like money, or
Yes.
just like, okay. Oh wow, that's dwarven money.
I'll look as well.
You recognize the same thing. There's nothing that's there's nothing that stands out.
Is that common in the world, like that? There's different kinds of money,
Not
like
especially not in King's Valley. Not so much. It definitely comes from someone traveling a lot, like a fair amount.
I guess this will be helpful if we come across anyone from different lands.
It's a Chuck E. Cheese token, yeah. It's a couple buttons.
God, their pizza. Oh my.
pizza.
Kylus,
Just stay away from the ball pit.
so I think I kind of misled you guys a little bit on one thing. So Mick, you wouldn't know this, but Kylus would. There are 2 farms that are close to Kylus's home. Within.
We didn't hear what you said. I didn't hear what you
Yeah.
said.
Oh,
There is a.
So Mick.
I wouldn't know, but Kylus would about things being close to.
There are 2 farms, kind of a smaller ones that have kind of somewhat small patches of personal farms that lie in a close proximity to his home.
What's the nearest one?
The nearest one to the house is to the south, not a few hundred feet away, and that is kind of a smaller townhome, like
Okay.
a house. And the other one
We
is
could go-
probably about the same distance, maybe a little bit further, and it's a larger house.
Okay. We could go check out some of the nearby farms. Some small ones, not too far from Avors.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah,
Sounds
let's go.
good. I mean, River's too far away, and those are the only ones that I think it's the only lead we really have, unless we want to go all the way to the capital. But I feel with the
We should check here first.
yeah, we should definitely check before piecing it to the capital, especially if the guards want us to, or my
Stay in
bad,
town.
officers want us to stay in town.
All right. So I'm gonna lead us to the nearest of the farms.
The nearest to the home, to the Caber's home.
Yeah.
So walking up to this house, eventually you're able to kind of find your way back. It takes only a few minutes. A large, kind of unkept stone path winds up to it. It's relatively small. It seems like there's a couple of rooms in it. You've seen the patron or the villagers that lived here a couple of times before. Kind of an older couple that sits here.
I'm gonna turn to the group. How do we want to handle this?
Not the way you guys handled the upstairs.
Is there somebody singing at the farm?
No, there's a bar. This is right off the road of the main road of the town.
All right, Mick. Do you have a plan?
Usually, Selena does the best with people.
Okay.
But
Mick, you take the lead on this. I kind of give him a little push. I'll
We,
come
uh,
with you.
I'm
I'll
not sure
teach you.
that's a good idea.
No?
I mean, look at him.
Oh.
not the most welcoming appearance.
You know, how about you, Asher? You're charming. You can charm them.
Okay,
I'll come with you, okay?
sure.
All right, let's go.
I stay back with Kai and kind of just look around the place.
Yeah, you eventually
And
just
the
kind of lean
surrounding of
against the fence post. You're kind of just surveying the
Yeah.
kind of front area. The grass is relatively high, probably about up to your knees. A couple of trees kind of litter the property, but nothing too out of the ordinary. Asher and Selena, you walk up to the front door. Kind of a smaller, kind of rectangular wooden door. A couple of cracks. Kind of. There's some light bleeding through.
I look at the ground as we walk up. Is there any red footprints around?
The ground itself around the area, there's a couple of red footprints kind of going around the backside towards the garden. You can see walking up to the area. But they quickly kind of fade off.
Sure.
All right. What's our story? Do we tell him straight up? Are we making up a story? Are we...
We're just going to wing it. Oh. And I knock.
Oh, God.
And you hear a couple of footsteps that approach the door. You hear like kind of a lash, like, and the guy, kind of the door goes. You see a pair of kind of sunken eyes appear from around the edge of the door. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Are you having a good day?
I suppose. What can I help you with?
Yeah. So we're from just in town, and we were just wondering if you've noticed any commotion around your farm or any, thing happening to your, I don't know, crops or livestock. Seen anything that has to do with like fires and hear any
I stifle a laugh.
I can't say that I have. I have my beets and my carrots. Are you with the town guard? I didn't do anything. I paid my fine.
No, just a
No.
traveling cleric and my trusty sidekick, and we're trying to get to the bottom of some mysteries.
I'm kind of just like jab him with my elbow. Oh, I'm his friend. I'm not his sidekick.
Wing it.
Wing it. You're my sidekick. Okay.
All right. Well, what did you? It's nice to meet you. I'm Asher.
A pleasure, I suppose.
Are you feeling okay, sir?
Well, we're all going to die one day. I'm just old.
Is there anything that we can help you with? If you need...
I can't say that I do. I have a couple of crates that need to be moved. If we're just, if you're just offering help.
Yeah, we can help.
Absolutely.
My friend Asher, and I pat him on the back really hard. He's very strong.
Show me the crates.
He kind of opens the door and kind of creaks open. Inside is a very unkept home. Dirt and hay kind of almost looking like a barn kind of fill about half this area. He kind of his hands shaking, his knobby finger kind of points over the corner, and a couple of crates sit there. And then he kind of brings his arm up there, and a very high, probably about 10-foot high platform sits on the top there. There's a ladder that kind of goes up to it.
Sure. I'm on it. I just go over and get one of the crates and...
Yeah, the first crate is relatively light, and as you kind of shift them around, you see the second one is very heavy.
Can I, Okay, I turned to the guy and said, kind of look over and I say, Can I help clean? Can I help clean the hay on the ground? Is that okay? I don't want to overstep my boundaries.
What's wrong with the hay? I'm a man of the fields of...
Let me clean, please. I'm begging you.
He just kind of extends his hand out, just kind of walks over to Asher. So, up on the platform would be perfect.
Yeah, sure. I just try to take them up on the platform. You said there's a ladder, right?
Yes. The first one, it's not a huge crate. You're kind of able to kind of put underneath your arm. You're able to kind of carefully put it up there. Mm-hmm. As for the heavier one, it's probably sitting about 80-ish pounds. We're trying to do it with one hand is not going to work.
Okay.
While I'm cleaning the house, is there anything out of the ordinary that I notice among his things?
Not really. Looking around, you can go ahead and roll perception.
I'm not seeing it.
Looking around, everything seems to be outside of the just kind of the mess. As you kind of clean through, you're able to kind of find your way into the other room as well. And it seems like now everything is very out of like kind of standard. While run down and poor, he is not. There's nothing that stands out to you as strange for this man.
Can I take a piece of gold and like hide it amongst his things that I know he'll find later?
Sure, you can plant evidence. Go for it. Yeah, you take a piece of gold and you kind of throw it into and kind of tuck it into one of the kind of tattered cloaks that sits in the corner.
Okay.
Hey, this crate's kind of heavy. What's in it?
He walks over and kind of grabs the top of it, and he goes, "My rocks." Inside is just rocks.
Anything that looks, it's just normal.
It is
rocks
just
or
rocks in this
just
crate.
normal rocks. Oh wow, this is a great collection. Do you mind if I take some of them out and then I'll put them back in once I get it up there?
His eyes kind of just begin to kind of sink as he just almost looks a bit disconcerted and saddened by.
No. Asher, you can do it. I take the rocks and I put them back in the box. You're so strong. I've never seen anything like stop you. I'm sure you can do it.
Asher,
I'm
roll
trying
a
to get-
strength check.
Okay.
I know where this is going. Just roll a strength check. You
11.
begin to kind of get on your arm, and it just like falls down here. It kind of just try to pick it up again, just sinks back down like onto the ground. Just it's not working.
Yeah. Is there another place where you can take your rock? See, I was looking at your platform, and I don't want the platform to fall if it has too much weight on it. Do you have another place? I mean, these are really good rocks. You should probably keep them closer to you.
He just kind of looks around, and I suppose in the back is more than okay.
Yeah, good choice. I shuffle it over.
You're able to
the
kind of like
back.
you have to like just you're holding your arms just straining as you're trying to pull it through the
Yeah.
back. As you
Am
pull
I
it,
vascular though? Like,
dude,
are they popping?
arms are
Okay.
throbbing.
Yeah,
As you go into
all
the
right,
back through the
okay.
back door, you turn.
Kissing his biceps with each step, you know?
Yeah,
Robbie.
I'm making it look tough on
You
purpose.
kind of bring this
yeah.
heavy box through the back door, and it's kind of out next to the garden. And as you turn around, you see there's probably about 10 or so crates, all filled with rocks.
So I just buy the other ones then. Okay.
Perfect.
Yep. Okay. Selena, should we get going?
Is there anything else that we notice out of the ordinary while being in his home?
Outside of an elf that's compulsively cleaning and planting evidence, and a man who's just moving a crate of rocks around, no, everything seems pretty standard based on what you saw before.
Okay, sassy. Okay.
Yeah, Selena, this ain't it.
Yeah, this ain't it. This ain't it.
This ain't it.
Guys, this
Chief-
fence was such a good choice.
But we did.
I say that randomly without anybody, like no reason or just like, man, it's a good fence. And then he
I
just,
look,
yeah.
I look to the man. May I ask what your name is?
Quentin.
Quentin. Well, I just wanted to let you know, Quentin, that I left you a gift in one of your cloaks. And I hope you have a
Sounds
great
like you
day.
shit in
and
one of
we
his
have to go.
Okay. He kind of very hurriedly turns, kind of just furrowing his eyebrows, and then just kind of goes in the back and starts to hear a bunch of rummaging as you leave.
And it's our time to go. Let's go.
Yeah, we walk out.
That doesn't seem suspicious at all.
Have a nice day, sir.
Have a nice day. Thank
See,
you.
it went great. We winged it, and it went great.
Yeah.
Did you find anything?
No, it ain't it. That way, it ain't it.
It
No.
ain't it. No.
Nah, that was not
No.
anything.
He was a
Um,
geologist, a collector.
They were all the same type of rock, I want to point out.
Like,
Every
Like-
single rock was one like,
like
they found like, on
cave-
a river.
was he a collector like Caber or?
He acquired the finest taste in rocks, right, Asher? I've never seen anything like that. It was
Nah.
absolutely sweet.
She's bullshitting you right through your teeth. You got any other leads? Any other
Well,
farms
there's
we can
another-
check?
There's another farm not too far from here. But why?
All right, let's go.
This guy was a farmer.
I'm losing my pump.
How many rocks did he have that you called him a geologist?
Oh, well, if I don't know how to explain it. Asher?
He had a lot of rocks.
Yep, there you go. All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
The
Point us in the right direction. Where are we
It's okay.
going?
Walking
Pebbles,
further
you
up the
don't need to
road,
worry
you get
about
to
it.
the only other farm that kind of lies in similar proximity. You've seen this house before, and you've only known them as the Gordanes. You've never seen them before, and you don't know who lives there. You know them as the Gordanes.
All right.
Mick, Kai, your turn.
Okay.
No.
I'd say our last one went pretty well, Selena. Just keep the streak going, or
I'm
okay.
gonna echo Asher on this one. I shouldn't be the first thing people see, and either should our blue friend.
I become Hagar.
That
Not
doesn't make it
anymore.
better.
All right, let's go. You know what? You're my sidekick this time. I'll set the pace.
Good cop,
I'll play
bad
along.
cop.
Okay.
So
I'll play along.
I'll be good cop. You're bad cop.
This is a bad idea. Don't make a
I'm
bad
not very
cop.
good at that, but I'll try.
Okay.
Don't make a
Walking
bad
into the
cop.
front door and kind of rasping your knuckles against the door, you don't hear anything. Outside the town behind you and the occasional chirp of the birds and the wind through the trees, you don't hear anything from the home.
Okay. Well, I should I knock? Should.
You haven't knocked yet?
No, I haven't.
Sorry, I
knocked
was
yet.
looking at like something else. You
Okay,
haven't
well,
knocked?
Knock once again. You hear the knock kind of echo through the home, and again, nothing.
Are there windows around the home?
Plenty.
Can we go through? Hey, you know what? Maybe we should go through the side and look in the windows.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm your sidekick.
Walking
Oh,
around the
okay.
building and kind
Oh,
of
this is nice.
framing your face around you, looking through the windows, you see
I look back at Mick and Kyle.
looking through the windows, you see a relatively.
I just put my hands on my face. I'm like, this is gonna go terribly wrong.
You see a more well-kept home. You see a couple of rugs and like couches and things of the sort, some chairs, some benches. There's paintings that you can't really make out, some tapestries. There aren't any flames lit or anything of the sort. It doesn't appear that anyone's home.
Can we tell if it's been empty for a while, or is there any sign of actually
There's no signs of recent activity that you can tell, but it's dark on the inside and it's kind of hard to make out things.
Any red footprints anywhere?
As you walk around the house, you see that there's a large kind of garden that has the clay mixed in it. It's just abundantly red. You see the footsteps kind of leading away from it in different directions as people have walked through. Someone walking
Ooh.
towards the house in the back door.
Oh. That kind of looks like the stuff we saw in Kabor's house, right?
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much the only lead we've got.
All right, you know what? You're gonna take the lead, and you're gonna go in the back door.
Oh, like I'm real bad cop. Like we're
Yeah,
breaking and
you're-
entering.
Yeah, we're bad.
How many broken doors is this guy up to?
More than kills.
What if it's just another nice old guy?
I'm wishing you just broke down the door of that old guy's house and just flattened him.
I don't know if I can get behind just like breaking in. We don't know if they're bad people. Like
Okay,
it's
so
one
what
thing
is
to
it?
go down cultists that are like putting gems in people's dead bodies, but this is just a farm.
Okay, what do you want to do?
I'm not ready to commit to full bad cop. Not yet. I can't. I'm sorry, Selena.
You know
this
what?
ain't
I'm gonna
me.
go sneak in. You can stay here and watch the
I don't see anything. I'm
Okay,
looking.
How are-
I'm going in. Can
I
I?
don't even see what's going on.
Can I stealth in?
What do you mean by that? How are you trying to get in?
I want to get in through a window.
On what
clip.
floor? I mean, like, are you trying to how are you trying to get through the window? What are you checking for?
I want to try and push up the windowsill, and just climb in and just
It seems
really
though, as you look through
stealthily.
the windows, that although like on the first floors, you kind of go around to each window. Each of them are actually built into the frame of the home. They don't swing or open up in any way.
Wow. Can I get through the back door?
Trying the back door, the door's locked.
I kind of slowly turn and make eye contact with Asher. Sure. 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 Break down the door.
I step turn and start walking towards Mick and Kai.
Oh, that's
And as I walk towards you guys, I'm like, nope. She's crazy. She's gone full bad cop. She
crazy.
wants to break in.
Bad guard, good guard.
There's
She wants. So the doors were locked.
Yeah, you see that? You see
it's-
Selena obviously walking around and like just checking each
like a
window and like,
fucking thief.
yes, very obvious. The thing is that where this farm is located, it's not on the main like road, so aren't a lot of people passing by.
The last farmer we met, he was super nice. We can't just bust into people's houses.
If you're not comfortable doing it, you don't have to be the one to go in. But we should check the house.
Mick?
I'll go do it if you guys don't want to.
if Asher's not willing to break stuff, that should be enough of a sign for you.
Yeah, we just won't go through the door. 'Cause that's his thing.
But
Is there any way? Can I climb? On
Yeah,
the
go
house?
ahead and roll a acrobatics or athletics. You can choose either of those. Wow,
damn.
there's so many 21s tonight from you.
course.
Selena, you're able to you can take a running start at this, and you're able to plant your foot into the wall and push yourself up and climb up about 10 feet onto the roof. And you're able to climb up on the next roof, and you're sitting on about a kind of overhang on the second floor next to some windows.
I kind of like look at the group and I see them off in the distance. I'm holding up and I'm like, I'm in.
So there are
We're
a couple.
good.
There are a couple windows that kind of look like they do swing out. If someone's like from a bedroom.
Kind of like make some like sign language, like, let's go.
That's not the universal sign. You see, the rest of you see as she gets on to the roof. She's gone on the backside.
Is it with me or them?
Oh, they see you up on pretty much the back of this, but you're up next to these windows right now.
I just give them a thumbs up and I like start to go in through the window.
All right, you swing open the windows and you're able to
Not confident about this.
You kind of drop down and with a thump inside the home. It's warm and it's relatively dark, but looking around, go ahead and roll a perception.
Oh, please. Give me strength.
Looking around, it's a very well furnished home. You kind of look around, you kind of start stepping through, kind of looking around different things. There's ornate little like trinkets and things like that, and there's a large painting on the wall. On the painting, as you look at it, it seems to be a family of 4. A man that you've never seen before, 2 children, and a woman that looks familiar. Margaret.
Oh no! Oh no, it's Margaret. Oh no, it's Margaret.
After I see Selena go in through the window, I want to go up to the front door and knock on it to try and.
Selena, you hear knocking at the front door.
I kind of jump. I'm like, oh Jesus, oh no, she's here. I'm screwed. It's over. And I like walk up and I realize that it's kind of like, oh, thank God. And I open the door and like unlock it.
Your door swings open and you see familiar faces, and Elf stands in front of you.
And I turn towards Asher and Mick. Look, we didn't even have to break anything. And
That's
I
a
go into
first.
the house.
Asher's like amateurs.
I just express how proud I am of Asher for showing restraint for once in his life.
I'm not cool with this, Mick. I'm not cool with this one bit.
Do we notice the Margaret thing yet?
No, because that was upstairs.
I'm still out by the road.
You're in the
I'm
foyer.
not- I'm not
Asher's still
anywhere
leaning
near.
back against a tree by the front.
Is there anything that I noticed that would be of value? Because if not, or of notice,
Value.
She's not even a rogue, and she plays like one. It's horrible.
If
We steal everything.
all I'm saying, Athena, is if you want to play a rogue, we'd have lockpicks. We would have the ability to open things without burning a house down.
I didn't mean
like-
of value. I meant
This
of
feels
importance.
like she's like
That's
Little
what I
Mermaid, where she came from a different world, like over in like the Foreland Woods, and she's like, "Look at this stuff." You know, she's like looking around, just grabbing everything. Jesus.
Well, is there anything that I should know is of importance?
No, it's just something is well furnished. But though you've only seen the upstairs. You walk through a hallway upstairs, the bedroom, and now you're down in the kind of the foyer of it at the landing by the front door. You haven't seen anything else of the house.
All right. Bad vibes. I kind of look at Kai. I'm like, Kai, I'm gonna go and close that window that I went through, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna look around. If there's not anything that I notice, we should get out of here because that woman, I don't want to mess with.
So Mick and Kaush, you guys are downstairs.
Yeah.
No, I
Alright.
wanted to stay outside. I don't know how she wrote me into this.
What are you two doing? Selena, why you close?
I don't want to be a part of this shit.
Selena,
I've been good today.
You close the windows. And upstairs, it seems like there's probably just bedrooms, a couple closets. You kind of look around. Mick and Kaush, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna look around to see if there's any of like muddy footprints or.
There are a couple footprints throughout the house that it looks like they came from the back door and kind of walked through to the front.
Okay. And then I also want to look. Are there any like bookcases?
There are a
Down
couple.
here? Okay. Are any of them against a wall that wouldn't?
I know what
that
you're
wouldn't-
asking, and it seems
yeah.
like not so
I-
much. There is, however, a door that's on the backside of the staircase, and it seems a
Oh.
little bit more heavier set, like kind of like made than the front door.
I would like to try and open it.
As you press your hand kind of onto the handle, you kind of push down. You hear a click, and the door swings open. You look down and you see a stone staircase extend downwards in a faint glow from the bottom.
All right, I'm gonna poke my head out the front door. Guys, I found something. You want to come in?
I say that's cool. I'm gonna go with Asher and leave rapidly
Okay.
and head outside.
I'll go with Kylos.
All right. Then I'm gonna go down the stairs.
As you begin to step down, you kind of step down these stone stairs. Just slowly, your feet just kind of landing one step after the other. As you walk down further and further, the first thing you kind of see is like these tables laid out. It's a very large open basement, and there in the center of the room, in a chair, is a man with his head hung low and his hands and arms bound to the arms of it. You see the man, while shirtless, and you see scars and a couple tattoos. You recognize him as Kaber.
Hey, is he dead? I go up to him.
Approaching Kaber, you see that all of the fingers on his left hand have been removed. His arms are kind of shackled. His right arm upright. On his right arm, you see that there is an inscription of a tattoo that looks like it's not freshly made, but in the kind of runes of it say KAS. His body is just covered in scars that have just probably from years of battle and previous adventures. While he appears to be unconscious, but he is breathing faintly.
I need to go get the others. Kai, I'll
Yeah,
be
you go
right
grab
back.
them.
Can I? I'm sprinting up and I'm like, I run out the front.
Yeah, you bound up the
door.
stairs. You hear a Kylos as she runs upstairs. The sounds of heavy footsteps above you as it runs over to she runs to the front door.
What else is there in this room?
Inside the room, there's a couple of rugs and just random supplies that are built up around there, but there doesn't appear to be much else. There's a couple of doorways that are against the back and one off to your right. One behind him and one to the right of the chair.
I assume the shackles that he's in are locked.
Yes.
Okay. Do I see like a key or anything around that I could unlock them?
There doesn't appear to be anything of the sort. There are a couple of you see it's kind of just there's buckets and things of that around, but there doesn't seem to be any key.
Okay. Then I'll just I'm just gonna hang out until the rest of the party gets here.
All right. Quick thing, we're gonna do a quick intermission. Don't worry, I can go to the bathroom.
Oh my god.
Oh God.
I know.
This guy.
He's adding suspense before we kill Margaret. Ooh,
I
that bitch.
disagree.
That bitch.
Wait,
Oh, I
can
guess the
they hear us?
intermission's starting now.
Yeah, can they hear us?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Hey.
Let
Hi,
me unmute and find out.
friends. Hey, chat. Chat's cute. Everyone, when Seismic comes back, I need everyone to just put, like, oh my god, and just start freaking out. Like, I can't believe, like, she said that or he said that. Everyone just needs to start freaking out.
Go with she, because there's only one.
Hey, no.
Yeah, but I think it would be more exciting if Size thought you were talking shit about him, right?
I would
but
never.
I would-
he knows
But
me.
I would do that to his face though.
But chat, when
think
he gets
all of
back,
us would.
everyone freak out. Yeah? Dope. I'm down to go longer if you guys are.
No, I hate D&D. I'm leaving.
He comes back, you're not here, the cameras are all fucked up. What did you do?
We
I
just hit
refreshed the
reconnect.
page.
Yeah, hit refresh. Sorry, bro.
I gotta turn
This music got really
down.
loud out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
I mean, it's not bad, but
It's just loud.
hey, Athena, are you going to PAX by chance?
East?
Yeah.
I have a 4-day pass.
So you're going.
Well, here's the thing. I'm like stuck because I don't know anyone else that is going, but I want to go because I want to get outside of the Rocket League bubble. And I know there's a Rocket League event there. Are you going? Like, for sure?
Like 99%.
Okay. Then I'll hang out with you.
I'm working, so that makes things difficult.
Oh.
You can hang out in our booth. Ooh.
Are you just working? What are you working?
I'm casting PUBG probably.
Oh, that's dope. I'll probably just
Yeah.
hang out with you in the PUBG area then.
All right.
We are going to talk about this later.
Yeah, later. Chat?
We're waiting on Kugo here.
Yeah.
Why,
Cheers,
wait, why
stream.
are you in a savage?
What?
Oh my, how you spell your DM?
I didn't say anything.
I think you guys are lying.
About what?
Athena couldn't like roast a turkey.
He knows me too well. I told you, chat.
I gotta be careful because you guys are gonna do it when I'm in her chat, and it's gonna be so like, she's like, what did you say? I'm like,
Wow.
crap.
Okay, you don't need to flame me.
I'm saying that I'm more. If someone said that about me, like started doing that, you'd be like, yeah, what did he say?
I have to pay respects, chat.
Where's Kugo?
I want to fight. I wanna
Kugo is
fight.
also he's also peeing. I don't know.
No respect
let
for the DM.
me get the bottle of water. Because I ran out.
Same. Chad, if you guys didn't already, stand up, stretch your legs, get some water.
Get up, stretch. Woo.
Don't
Don't
blood
dance
clots.
around like Hylas.
Yeah. Don't fucking Chuck Norris somebody in the back of the head.
I think it was the face. I don't think it was the back of the head.
I mean, I
Well,
don't know
you
if
brought
it
your
was
foot around to
hitting
the side of
flo-
her head, and she was facing away
Yeah.
from
Oh,
you.
okay.
and then
Gotta
she
hit that
face
whoop-ah,
checked
you know,
the
just-
floor, and
Dude, imagine if you just killed her, just decapitated her with his back.
Look, I didn't do it. Hagar did it.
The identity. You're having an identity
No.
crisis.
Well, no, I just need to come up with more identities to become.
Hagar the Boulder.
No, when I had a disguise in one of my early 5th edition campaigns, I had a bunch of people that I would turn into.
Let me make a
now
list.
that Kugo's back, everybody else is gone. That's good.
That's all we need. We only need you guys. Don't worry about it.
All right. I attack Margaret.
Wait, you attack who?
Margaret.
Wait, what? Just don't.
I attack her.
Just I want to go hunt her down. I want to find her, like running through the town, just to find her and just like deck her. Just. You guys are so suspicious of her. Relax.
Yeah, this doesn't confirm those suspicions whatsoever.
You're only in her basement.
Yeah, where we found a dungeon and our buddy chained up and tortured, probably.
Hey, people pay for those weekends.
Wait, does he have his thumb on his left hand?
No, all the fingers and thumbs on like.
So could I like slide that hand out of the restraints?
What's poppin'?
All right, so looking
I
at
found carrots.
the iron braces are pretty much around his wrist, around his bicep, to the back of the chair. Like it is very, very tight against his skin. You must see it digging in.
His new Caver was a freak.
What are you doing, Lawler? God damn it! Really? You couldn't wait. Like, I mean, the crunches goddamn food in my mic. ASMR. Okay. You get disadvantage on your your next roll. All right.
Okay.
So no, he's shackled then around. Oh my god.
Since we're doing that.
Hold on, Kugo. Ready?
His feet are. Oh my god. Do I just
Yes,
kill them all?
DM?
Have you slurring? Damn it!
Go on.
I just got a bag of Caber's fingers here. You know.
Mick is just tuning into jerky watching this. So, Kyle, you're the only one down there currently. Look, his feet are also shackled against the legs of the chair, and then one around his chest as well. He's pretty much bound at every point possible.
Okay.
As you're trying this, Asher, Mick, and Selena, you guys descend down into the basement and see Kyle is kind of kneeled next to.
I didn't want to go down.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's fine. You can stay up top.
But
I don't even remember anybody coming out.
Oh, Selena did.
Selena
Did I miss
did.
that?
Yeah.
So you came out and you said what to us? Or me, I guess?
Caber, he's here. He's here. Hurry.
That's really good. This would be a great time to go get the guards.
No, he's really hurt. Really, really, really hurt.
We should. We're. I hate to say this, but I think Asher makes a good point.
If
We're
he's
in a lot-
actually in there, then that's going to look way worse to the people.
All right.
We-
But I'm not leaving Kylas down there by himself. So I'm going back. You can come with me, or you can get the guards, and you can do what you want. But I need to go back. This is really bad.
You can go too, Mick, if you want.
You did a good job with the guards last time.
Yeah.
Hurry.
Be right back. And I turn and I just Sonic the Hedgehog back to town.
Do you do the building roll up thing first? Like
I try.
You see just a cloud of dust behind him as he charges up and just into the distance.
It's just red dust.
Asher, as you run into town, you very quickly are able to run into a couple of guards that are just standing posts around a kind of outdoor shop area.
Okay. They're not the same guards.
No, you've seen them before, but you don't necessarily have a rapport with them.
Okay. I just kind of catch my breath. I'm like,
They stand a little more
excuse
at
me.
attention, seeing your urgency. They kind of just stand more up at attention.
yeah. Our friend went missing, and now he's chained up and bleeding out in someone's phone.
He turns. Tarvis, get the others. And he goes, turns to you, show me.
Yeah, follow me. We need help now.
He
And I
begins to-
turn and I go back in the same direction.
begins kind of he jogs after you, just a little bit of
Yeah.
urgency, and he just kind of slows down. And he walks up to the home. Where is he?
Where are
You're
are
out
we?
in front of the home right now.
Okay. I just point towards the home and I say, we followed it all the way to this house, and I guess he.
Sorry,
My friends are trying to stabilize him now. I guess he's dying.
He kind of just looks at you for a moment and just, when the others get here, send them in. He kind of walks through, kind of like turning as he brings his pike, his kind of larger spear, through the door. He begins to kind of just walk through, and he looks around, and kind of just eventually finds the door. And so Kaz, you hear a bunch of like some footsteps descending down, and a kind of red armored guard steps down into the basement.
I would follow the guard in.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, I brought the guards. Now I'll finally get to the bottom of this.
So
Who lives here?
I look around and I'm like, and I lower my head and I'm Margaret.
I'm just like, her?
I immediately stop trying to help, and I look at him like, "You're fucking kidding me."
I'm not kidding you. I'm not. I really wish I was.
How is the guard reacting?
He's
to all
just
this?
looks like he's kind of taken aback. He's kind of he's surveying the room at this moment.
I turn to the guard. Do you mind if we chat in private and you wait upstairs real fast?
At this point, this is an investigation.
Okay, could you wait down here and we'll chat upstairs in private?
He just kind of shoots his hand. Very well.
Okay, if you guys want to follow me real fast.
I back up upstairs.
I head up the stairs.
Same. Also,
You break your ankle.
you guys,
I fall back down the stairs.
do you guys remember when we thought that the guards might be involved with all of this?
Yeah, it was the husband's a guard, right?
Yeah, but it's not this one. It's not the same guard.
No, but the guards might all be in it together. Just saying.
Nah.
Keep your guard up
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
while the guards are here.
Okay.
I think we're doing the best thing we can do right now.
I'm not necessarily disagreeing. I'm just saying, don't.
Can we just heal him? Is it possible to heal Kabor?
I mean, that's kind of your thing and Asher's thing, right?
Yeah, no, I think today it's more your.
Oh, God. Okay. I need to go back down.
Descending back down, you see the guard
Okay, let's
looks
go
like
back
he's
down.
Okay. Yeah, we all go.
the guard
back
is
down
kind of
together.
looks like he's just moving
Yeah,
around and kind of
totally.
looking at the shackles. He's trying to like kind of on the backside. He looks he's trying to like unshackle
God.
him, but
The guard's
I'm
dead,
sorry.
too.
but
Some really strong
I
carrots.
think you're
You're muted.
I think.
okay. Going back down, you see that the guard is now kind of messing with the backside of the shackles. He's kind of rattling them, and the chair shakes a little bit. Kabor is not moving. He's not responsive. And he's just looking around, trying to find a way to bring that, like, kind of pull him up out of the chair. Upstairs, you hear a couple of footsteps, a couple pairs of footsteps walk in, more kind of hurriedly.
Do you remember what that guard's name? You know, the one we met outside of the place, the crypt, or
Margaret's husband.
yeah.
I'm like, actually, I can do this. I will go over to Kabor, and I'm going to use Spare the Dying.
Okay.
I don't know if he's like unconscious or what, but if he looks non-responsive, I'm just going to use it out of instinct.
That's fine. He seems his breathing kind of just rests, but again, he doesn't raise his head
Sure.
or anything of the sort.
Sure.
I yell upstairs to the guards. Down here.
You hear the footsteps kind of walk towards the door upstairs. There's a pause. You don't hear anything, and then you hear a.
Yeah.
As the
pull
door
out my
shuts.
rapier.
The guard
I
quickly
turn
turns
to the
around and
red
like,
guard,
looks
I'm
up towards
like-
the stairs.
I turn to the guard down there with us, and like look at his pike, as if I need to possibly take it away from him.
He just doesn't even pay mind you. He looks his head's quickly darting around looking. And he walks over to the door kind of off to the side. And he just looks at the handle. He turns it, and it swings open. You can't really see in, but it looks like there's a little bit of an empty chamber behind that. He walks into it and disappears around the corner. Moments later, you hear, ah! Then suddenly just a blast of fire erupts down the hallway, and you see the room just ignite as he comes falling back out on fire. He begins to twist and turn as fire just almost comes from inside of his armor, and he falls forward. I need you all to roll initiative.
Holy shit.
Oh God.
I fucking called it, Cap.
I knew it.
Do we have a map for this?
Yep, give me a
So
second.
we can select tokens.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
My bad.
Is there anything else you want to roll while you're at it?
I knew it. Freaking.
Fucking Margaret. God.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm very good at rolling nat ones.
How do I roll?
What is it?
How do I roll in it?
So click on your character.
Click on it and then click initiative. But why am I not using a token?
This music got badass and loud.
Make sure.
Yeah,
I'll make sure that you guys are all
That's the
controlled by.
music from Roll20 as well. If you guys...
I can turn that down.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, you mind
that's-
turning that down a little? There we go.
It
Thank you.
took me a second to figure that out.
All
I
right.
was like, it's so loud. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Selena, it is your turn.
All right, so he went through this door, right? This door right.
The southern door here.
Yeah, the southern door.
Yes.
All right, so this is bad. I'm going to wait. There's another door right here. Is this door open or
It's
closed?
closed.
I'm going to position myself behind this desk. And then I'm going to aim. I'm going to aim at this door, kind of hesitant.
Okay. So you want to just? All right, that's fine. All right. You pull out your longbow and all that.
Yeah,
Cool.
I
All
pull out
right. Mick, it is your turn.
I pull out my longbow, imbue it with Rite of the Flame, and then move over to this door and see if I can look in. Is there anything I can see if I peer in?
Looking in, you see the room erupt with fire. You're standing over the body of the burnt guard. His skin cracked, and you just see the kind of occasionally the pop and fizzle as he sits there motionless.
Yikes.
Guys, he's not doing so hot.
Oh
Disadvantage.
my God. Oh, God.
You take 1 point of pun damage.
Yeah.
All right. I take it your.
Welcome, chat. Love you.
All right. And you pull out your weapons, right?
Yeah.
All right. Asher.
Okay. This is what I get for trying to do the right thing.
Yes.
And I am going to
Alright.
I'm gonna get interrupted by a spike growth.
It pierces his foot. He cries in pain.
I didn't even click it.
I'm gonna use my movement to climb up the stairs to where we got to where the door got shut on us.
Yeah.
I'm going to use a bonus action
Okay.
to cast Shield of Faith on myself
All right.
as I touch my armor at the chest plate again, further imbuing it. And then I might not be intelligent, but I'm wise. And I'm gonna use my action to try to kick the door down.
All right. Go ahead and roll a strength check.
Okay.
Come on, Kugo.
Come on.
This is how you break your ankle.
Please
Not
don't make him
today.
fall down the
Got
stairs.
it.
Not today!
Nice.
As you
man.
as you rear back, You take your foot and kick it, and you feel the door kind of begin to buckle and shake. Part of it dents as it kind of just starts to cave in, but it doesn't open. Okay.
That's my turn.
From the door behind Mick, emerging out, a hooded figure that you recognize as Margaret steps forth.
Oh, we get the fucking Margaret's gonna die.
The green and purple robes that adorn her match the silhouette and the style that you had seen in the Dark Skull before. She walks forward with a staff, and her eyes seething, the creases in her face just piercing. You will die! And she steps forth, and I can quickly draw this, actually. Hold on.
I knew it. I should have stolen her things. I should have stolen it. I should have. You guys made me
we'll
feel
do like
bad.
this.
I should have.
Nope, that's not it. There we go. Suddenly a sphere just ignites, burning just fire. It starts dripping some small remnants of sparks, and it's almost like liquid fire just pouring across the ground. Ignites. And that's going to go straight on to Kylus there.
I need to make a save or something.
Yeah, that's going to be a dexterity saving throw.
I'm gonna fail.
Come on, Kai.
No.
Oh no.
It's okay. I have resistance to fire.
Selena, you see as this woman steps forth from the door, suddenly an eruption of fire around Kylus as a sphere begins to engulf him. Kylus, you take 7 points of damage.
Okay, I'm gonna have that, so I only take 4.
Are we doing round ups or round downs in this campaign?
So, Kylus, also as this happens, though, your robes begin to ignite. You feel it kind of burning. The cloth ignites. You kind of feel it kind of, this chard begins to kind of snap. Some of the thread begins to loosen around you. Kylus, it is your turn.
Do you want us to round up or round down?
Round down, always.
Okay. I am going to leave the fire, and I'm gonna run up to Margaret.
Yep.
And I'm.
Yeah, you are.
Get it?
I'm going to use my bonus action to use my Hexblade's curse on her, and then I'm gonna hit her with my rapier.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Ooh.
As you bring down the rapier, you feel it kind of slow as it sinks into just an invisible force, almost like a blue energy around her. Her eyes just piercing, staring straight at you.
And add another 2 damage to that for the curse, so 8 total.
All right, the damage doesn't seem to affect her at all. As the blade just slows down, almost about as it just gets closer and closer, and then it just.
I finally hit an attack, and it doesn't matter. All right, that's my turn.
All right. It is now Selena's turn.
Wait, what do you mean it doesn't do damage? Does she not take damage?
It's something that Kylus casts all the time.
Yeah.
Selena, it's your turn.
Oh, frick, dude. Okay, so I don't have to clear.
My attack didn't actually hit her.
Okay, my line of sight is blocked by Kai, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You're also standing behind a table.
1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna stand right behind Kugo, but I have a line of sight to her. Yeah.
You're fine.
Okay, cool. I wanna aim for the head.
Okay.
Please, for the love of all things holy, give me strength to freaking clap this hoe. Okay.
The battle cry of an angered elf.
Chuckles didn't fall down the stairs.
All you just said.
Azure leans down. He's like, "Excuse you." Selena, as you fire past Kylus, you see kind of sort of slow down as the arrow goes straight through and goes over the shoulder of Margaret, clattering down the hallway, and you hear it kind of bounce around against the back and hear it hit a back wall. I believe it is Mick's turn.
I still don't see like anything going on in that room. It's just fire and dead guard.
Yeah, no, it's still engulfed in fire.
Okay. I try to go and take a shot at Margaret, like I knew it was you, bitch, all along, and I draw back my longbow and crit her in the mouth.
Okay.
I don't crit, but
Roll damage.
boop and boop.
Nice.
As the arrow goes, as the arrow from Selena goes bouncing down, you turn around and fire the arrow, and just like kind of sinks right into the shoulder. You kind of just see it sink into her, and just lets out just angered pains, and she just kind of locks eyes with you. Asher, it is your turn.
I want to
Okay.
move after I do that.
Yeah, that's fine. You go ahead.
As I like after it hits, I go, Kai, I want to try something. Move out of the way of the flame, and then I move behind the flame.
Is this an open staircase or am I obscured by wall?
So pretty much, take 5 feet off your total move speed, but you can jump down this right there, like from that stair.
I just want to know if I can see.
Oh,
like what's going
not
on.
if you're standing on that landing right there, yes. But if you're standing up against the door, then no. Once you get around the landing, then you can see. Like you're actually more like up. So Jason, like you're actually up over there.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
So if I start hearing like yelling, if I heard you yell Margaret, I'm just gonna like grunt and growl at the door not being completely pushed open and kind of just gather myself, and I'm gonna I'll let's see how much. This is a small area, so how
Yeah, it's
much?
pretty intimate.
Ooh, I don't actually know. I can't get up to her.
Nope.
So I'm going to jump down. Yeah, I'll just like jump down and hear my heavy armor just kind of like clatter as I see everything that's going on in front of me, and I'm just like, not this time.
By the way,
bitch.
during all this, where's Kabor?
He's still in the chair.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
And I'm going to cast Bless on each one of you 3. And then basically just use the rest of my movement to just, let's see. I think that'll get me about there. So I know we got 2 new players. So Bless for the next minute, which how many rounds that is gonna be. Whenever you make an attack roll or a saving throw, you can roll an additional D4 and add that to your attack or saving throw. As Mordin's light flows through you.
Bless is also concentration,
Yes.
like Shield of Faith. So do keep that in mind.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you only do it. So
I
your Shield of
it
Faith
anyway.
fails.
I do it anyway.
Okay. Size, did you see the DM I just sent you?
Let me double check.
It's not that big of a deal, but figured I'd check.
That makes sense anyway. That's fine because I was expecting to knock the door down and fight like 7. So now that I know that's still secure up there, we're gonna take her on.
Hunter, it is. I'm just it's
Dude,
when it gets to her turn.
My plan has been bamboozled because Kabor's chilling right there.
You can move him.
I mean, I can't.
Okay.
All right. So as this bolt sinks and then Asher kind of charges down, Kyle's go ahead and make an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
As she steps past, her kind of like lithe, thin build is able to like kind of duck out of the way. It's kind of harder to hit as you swing the rapier. She ducks out of the way. I need every one of you to make a. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw,
How to do it? Oh my god. Constitution.
and you can add 1d4 to it.
Wait, how do I do
I
Constitution?
guess I could have
save?
added a D4 to
Sorry.
Yeah, everyone add
Bug.
D4.
that.
Wait, how do I do this?
It was a what save?
Constitution.
Con?
Constitution
How do I do
save.
that?
Oh, fuck.
And then
Wait, what?
I finally rolled well.
Wait, how do I? How do I do
15.
a Constitution save?
Click on
So, saving
you see where it says
throws.
Saving throws.
Yeah.
click on
click on
Constitution.
Oh, okay. And then just do normal roll.
Yeah, Mick, go ahead and roll a 1d4. By the way.
And then add a
Nice.
D4 to that, Selena, please.
God.
Even a 4 might not be enough.
Just
Okay.
do it anyway.
So quickly, I need to quickly roll this here. Holy shit. Okay.
Do get some damage dice going here.
Yeah, hold up. Okay, so I gotta like figure out how to explain this. So who failed? All right, cool. Okay. I'll start with the 2 successes. Mick and Kylis. So Kylis, as Margaret steps forward, she kind of you feel like she stands upright, and then she slams like kind of foot down into the room, erupts with a thunderous blast. Kylis, because of your natural 20, you're able to step back, take no damage, and you're able to pretty much just kind of shield yourself enough from the blast. Mick, you feel just kind of this force slam into you, and you take 5 points of damage.
Fuck, dude.
Selena and Asher.
Halved.
Selena, you are pushed up against the wall in the back. You get launched back, slamming into the wall on the top of the stairs. Asher as well, you're pushed back, kind of against or kind of just thrown back 10 or so feet. As you kind of feel the armor almost cave in. You kind of just knocks the wind out of you, and you just take 10 points of damage.
How much points?
10
Wait,
points.
how much do I take?
10.
10 points?
Yeah, you take 10 points of damage.
Oh my god.
Does this hit Kabor, and does he die?
So Kabor, good call. I completely forgot about him. Kabor is launched.
What the fuck, Kai?
In the chair,
Why?
Kabor is just launched backwards down the hallway over it here. I'm gonna go ahead and move
Into
that.
the fire.
Please
No.
tell me he's not in the burning.
No, he's not in the fire.
No,
No,
please
no,
don't
he's not in the
kill
fire.
Kabor.
But he
Okay.
is knocked onto his back.
Look, he's out of the way now.
He does seem to
Nice.
be completely motionless at the moment, from what you can tell. All right,
Alright.
Kyle, it is your turn.
Shit.
Alright, I'm gonna bonus action cast Hex
Yeah.
on her, and then I'm going to attack.
Oh shit. Hold on. Okay, good.
25 to hit. I could add the
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, actually, because she is the target of my Hexblade curse, that's a crit, because I get crits on 19 and 20.
All right.
So that would be...
Let's go.
Keep it going, man. Keep it
additional
going.
6. So that's 16 plus my necrotic damage from the thingy, which I have set up. 1, 2, 18 plus 2, so 20 damage.
As
Damn.
Kyla steps up behind, he grabbed the shoulder of Margaret. She kind of looks back over her shoulder. She feels the blade kind of just start pushing through her further and further. It pierces the kind of lower part of her kind of her stomach as it pierces out through the front. And she looks down, just and you pull the blade back out.
What's up? All right, that's my turn.
She's bleeding profusely down her robe. Selena, it is your turn.
Is
I'm
the fireball
going
still
to.
up?
I'm
No,
gonna
sorry, I
use-
meant to say that. It fizzled out.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Aw.
use Cure Wounds.
Oh, you can help mark it out? Nice, do it.
What? Can I
Don't
not do
do
it
it,
on me?
Margaret. What, I mean,
Yeah, you can do that. Go ahead and
I wanna
roll.
heal
1d8,
myself.
1d8 plus your wisdom modifier.
Wait, do I just click on it? Do I just click on Cure Wounds, or do I have
Yeah,
to
you can,
roll
I
it?
think you can do
Yeah,
that.
that,
Okay. Level 1.
You get 9 points
That's
back.
pretty
Nice.
good.
max
Selena,
heal.
as you just kind of feel the energy, the spell like kind of flow through you, and you're able to
Oh,
recover 9
God.
points of healing. Mick,
That's
or
big.
do you want to move at all?
Yeah, I
I'm
do.
gonna, I'm gonna. Oh, sorry.
You go ahead.
I'm gonna move
So your
back
turn.
right here.
Okay.
I can
Alright.
still see her, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Before moving, I'm going to shoot her with my longbow
That hits.
Ooh.
with some damage on that bitch. And some of that, which I have to roll twice because it's a crit, right?
It's not a crit.
That's not a. That's with it. That's like you.
If you had
rolled
advantage,
for advantage.
it's your
Yeah.
second one's
Oh,
crit.
yeah.
Because you kind of as you pull back your arrow and once again it sinks into her right on the opposite side of where she was stabbed through. It kind of sinks into her abdomen. Her eyes just seething with hatred, just focused and just almost just overwhelmed with just yeah. The arrow sinks in about
Okay.
halfway through, She still stands, bleeding more and more profusely. The blood dripping across the stone floor, seeping into the cracks, wetting the stone floor.
And then after that, I'd move behind said table.
Okay. Asher.
I charge this bitch.
Margaret. What
Yeah,
does she have a
or
last
hammer
name?
out, and I'm just
Gourdain.
going right for the core, right for the stomach of this
All right.
lady. Let's
Yeah,
see.
do it.
It's gonna be no additional things to my hit, but that's fine because it's a critical.
Woo! Let's go. Hey, Seismic, what's
Oh.
Stand a chance.
Last spell slot, fucking searing smite on top of that. Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's a pog you.
Get her.
11, and then yeah, I'm just like you. my hand blows. I use
You're cutting in and out,
searing
Kugo.
smite on top. Oh, it just says so,
So you deal extra
One.
1d6.
and I'm gonna
And
lose.
you set them on fire.
Yeah, so it's gonna be.
Fuck you, Margaret.
It's I crit, which if I believe it's the same as
You-
the other
yeah.
might, right? Yeah, so it's
you
crit.
double the dice.
So, but you are gonna lose bless.
Yeah.
Just so you
okay.
guys know,
Okay.
but I hate this bitch so much. That's 11 additional fire.
Yes.
Almost
Yes.
max.
Set her on
And
fire,
she
man.
has to make the concentration save at the start of her turn, I think, or is it during?
At the start of its turn. So
Yeah. Okay.
It's not even a hurt.
So as as you charge forward, you bring up
Fuck
your
you,
hammer,
Margaret.
straight up in the air. You pause for a moment as it just begins to swell with energy, and you bring it down. As she raises up her arm, the hammer pretty much snaps through it and rips off her left arm. As it just rips off the left forearm. As it just you hear the bone splinter and it tears through it. And she lets out a and just the arm just drops to the ground. She just stares at you. Her eyebrow just arcing as she just looks up at you. Barely just standing, she's just hobbled, sits there for a moment. And she looks for you a moment, just pauses. You will all pay. Okay, I need to make a Constitution saving throw.
No.
On the start of her turn.
On the start of her turn.
Oh, it is her turn, right? Unless you want to move.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Because I'm making a fucking melee sandwich over there. I'll appreciate
Ooh.
that.
Wait, do we have to roll it? A constitution?
No, it's
save?
just her.
No, she will.
Oh.
She
She's
will.
on fire.
And
Yeah. This bitch is on fire. Yeah.
well, she's not on fire right now. I made a Constitution save.
Oh,
right?
she's gonna be.
Oh,
I have
she-
faith.
She's going
Well,
to be.
She
Let me do
is
it.
on fire.
Yeah,
It's just
on
if
failure
she
it takes 1
fails-
on the spell end. Oh wait, on a success the spell ends. So the spell ends.
Aw.
Yeah. As she looks
She
up and
beat
she
a 14.
She rolled a nat 20, my man. As she looks up and she goes, "You will all pay." And with a mist begins to spread across in front of you as she seems to have vanished. Up on the stairs, you see as you see her fleeting footsteps as she begins to run up the stairs, and you hear the door open.
Do we
Blood trailing
make-
behind.
attacks of opportunity as she runs away?
I don't think that promotes it.
It's probably a
Yeah,
spell.
no, it's Misty
Oh.
Step. Yeah,
It's a
no,
spell.
yeah,
She
you
just
use
fucking-
teleport.
She fucking
Got it,
poofed.
got it,
She
got it.
poofed, bro.
You hear the footsteps up above. Kylos, it is your turn.
It's my turn.
Yes.
I'm just looking around like
Squares are really hard to see.
confused.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You can't do that because
Actually, I look over at Selena. I'm like, did I just knock that bitch's arm off?
Selena's standing on the
How
steps.
minor is-
Dead.
I can't like squeeze past her.
If you take a subtraction to your 5 steps, I'll allow you to climb up from the corner there to onto that platform.
Oh.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can get to the corner right there. And so she's not standing right
I
there.
guess-
She's like upstairs at the
Yeah,
moment.
yeah, I guess I would action dash then.
Yeah.
Get
So
up
you
the
can go up there.
stairs. And
So I'm gonna get off this combat screen because it doesn't really matter at the moment. So as you ascend the steps and turn the corner, you see that she's headed for the front door. You do have line of sight at the moment. You see that she's probably about 15 or so feet in front of you. and she's running. Her right arm is holding her left arm. Blood is trailing from behind, and she's obviously just very hurt. You see the blood is pooling behind.
Okay.
Okay. Selena, it's your turn.
Can I go behind and like follow her and then I want to aim for her heart.
Well, she's running away from you, but yeah, so where her heart would be, yeah, you can go ahead and you're able to get her up and around the corner. You're standing kind of beside Kylus up top. Go ahead and actually hold up. I can. This might. No, I just realized I can help you.
Can't shoot her in the heart. That bitch don't have one. Fucking nice play, chat.
Here, actually, I'm gonna do you guys a solid here. Hold up. Not that. Where the hell is? Ah, there we go. Okay, give me a second, guys.
Dude, I can't believe it's fucking Margaret. God damn it.
It's always Margaret. Okay, do that.
She had those eyes
Kylus.
since the beginning, man.
You can't trust a bitch.
Nope.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do this for you guys just to make it a little bit more visually appealing.
Ooh.
There we go.
Visuals. Black square.
Black square.
No, shift around. You should see it.
Yeah, I gotta move my stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
see it.
There you go. All right. Ignore Rasher's at. Ignore that. So the front door is where she's headed currently. Selena, that's where you're standing. The stairs would approximately be about off to the right. Oh, yeah. Kind of right next
Okay.
to...
I want
yeah.
to shoot her down.
All right, roll to hit. You don't have bless.
Please. Wait, no, not short sword. Whoops, misclick. Okay, cancel. Knock her down.
Nice.
That's a hit.
Nice.
Let's go.
Nice.
And as she bounds for the door, as she gets her like one good arm around the door frame, she pulls herself out. She looks back, and as you pretty much you line up, pause for a moment, let out a breath, and arrow sinks straight into her back, and she takes a step forward out of the door, taking another step to run, pauses, and falls face first into the dirt. And,
That fool is dead.
and lies motionless. That is the end of combat.
Woo.
That went so much. That was the smoothest combat we've had.
No, we
It's
just
'cause it was
sprayed
Margaret.
her a bunch.
It was Margaret. That's how it works, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I run up the stairs chasing after, and I'm like, "Go! Where's she?"
I got her.
I look around. Are there no other guards in the house anymore?
Did they leave?
The footsteps you heard above are no longer heard.
I run over to check that the body Margaret is lying.
Can I? I'm gonna rush down to Kabor.
Yeah, I was gonna go
And,
check on
Yeah, I yelled upstairs. I'm like, "Don't forget about Kabor," and then I go over and check that room that Margaret came out of.
You find Kabor locked in the chair, still on his back. But he sits motionless.
Is he alive?
Roll a medicine check.
Oh.
This is not something I'm good at.
You can just roll a general perception if you want, or I imagine like you're able to
So-
detect.
Have Selena do it. She's the one that came downstairs to
Yeah.
him, right? Have Selena do it. Do a
Yeah.
medicine check.
Medicine? Okay. Please. Whee!
Medicine is fun. Wee.
He appears to not be
I
dead,
love
but he
drugs.
is dying, and quickly.
Can I heal him?
Would you already use your cure wounds? You get 2 spells.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Okay. Please. I just roll it.
Yeah.
Please give me a crit. Perfect score. That's okay.
You place your hands upon the scarred and battered chest of Kabor. You feel just as the kind of light leaves your hand, he kind of catches, and his eyes begin to crack open.
Oh my god. Are you okay? Is everything all right? How are you feeling? Do you need water? Water. Who has the water spout?
Yeah. I pull out my water skin and hand it to him. And
Who's up top?
I went to go see where her body was.
You see that there is a body that is face first down in the dirt outside the front of the door.
Okay, quick look. Are any other guards around outside?
There's no one.
I go grab that bitch, and I pick her up, and I bring her inside. I close the door. and I
Asher
bring her
leans out the door,
downstairs.
grabs her by the ankle, and just drags the body face first
I come
over
down
the
stairs, I'm
threshold.
like, this bitch, and I bring her body, and I just drag it.
I could just imagine.
You see her face. You see her face.
Yeah.
I could just
And I just
see-
drop her body down on the floor in this room down here.
Oh, down into the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear thunk 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 as her
Yep.
face is just hitting the ground. A blood streak just pooling down as you're dragging it all the way down. Her body now
This
lies
hell.
at the basement steps.
And you didn't want to
Um,
break into her house?
You
Well,
wanted to stand
didn't-
outside.
I didn't even know this was her house.
I had a
You
Do
can
I-
assume everybody's house is Margaret's.
Do I find anything in that
mean-
room where she came from?
Walking
Is
in there,
anything
you
in there?
see a plethora of different vials and just it's rather nefarious. There's spikes, there's different swords, there's banners with the Dark Skull emblem strewn about it.
I would just kind of ignore the fact that Margaret was left with the kids when we first saw her. People left their kids with her.
Oh, they did now.
Oh, they. Okay.
Based off the painting, you,
Um,
well, you still did see have the painting up at the top that had two kids, her and the guard that was out front, or the one that Asher sat beside.
So all the guards seem to, or at least a lot of the guards seem to be in on this.
Except that
Oh,
one
yeah.
guard.
That guy, or yeah, but,
I was wrong. I apologize.
yeah.
Normally, in situations, especially where usually let the guards handle this kind of weird stuff, but we've
my
kind of learned our
experience-
lesson.
When it comes to weird cult stuff, it's best handled yourself.
Once again, we got to talk about your past, mister.
Well, we have more important things to focus on right now.
Right. I kick Margaret's body.
As you kick it, you hear as you kick her, you hear you hear a gas like breathe sucking of air, the body or from the Margaret's body.
From Margaret's body?
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, no. Pin her down, lock her down,
I,
burn her.
I slam her immediately with my warhammer.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Just straight damage? Okay. Yeah, that sounds great. So
You don't have to roll to hit. It's just
Let's see if
Asher
you
raises the
can-
hammer above her head and wham, just slams the body as it convulses. You hear kind of a metal ting, as a clang of as it like echoes off the body.
What was that?
I flip her over.
As you flip her over, her eyes are still open, staring at you. Her head just
I'm
kind of
looking at
slightly.
the chest.
It seems that it's been pierced. There's blood pouring from it. A little bit more of a dark substance.
Yep. I rip the clothing or whatever off of the body.
As Asher rips, all right, rips off the cloth like the robe or whatever.
Do you change the music or what do we?
You turn some, yeah, let me turn on some romantic music.
Some Barry Manilow or something. I'm never gonna give you up.
Just a little bit.
Good.
As you pretty much rip off the clothing, she still has some remnants of it. Her chest seems to have a large scar going up the center of it.
Is she one of those things?
I'm like, this isn't Margaret, guys.
No, it's Margaret.
I don't think it's Margaret.
It could be two.
I just
things.
kind of point to the scar in the middle of the chest. You guys remember
The crypt.
the crypt with the other?
That doesn't mean Margaret wasn't one of them before this.
I don't know.
Can I check if Kabor's like coherent?
His eyes are cracked open, but he seems to be kind of lolling in and out, just kind of his dazed. He's also still locked inside that. Asher, mentioning the scar thing though, there is a small difference compared to the ones you've seen before. This one seems much more neat and orderly.
I walk over to Kabor. He's shirtless, right?
Yes.
Does he have a scar?
He has a lot of scars on his body.
Is there one
Big
that's
one.
central on the front of his body?
Yes.
Oh,
I just kind of point at it. I go over to Mick. I put a hand on Mick's shoulder. I'm like, I want to go home, Mick. I want to go home.
So I'm in the other room and
Yeah.
I see a bunch of like vials and potions and
Yeah, there's
swords
different
and-
maps and documents of sorts. There's a couple black books that are kind of these thinner journals, and kind of looking around and stuff. I think enough of looking around this. It seems like this is, at least for Margaret, been something that she's been a part of for quite some time, based off dates and things.
So I brush off Asher's hand and turn to him and intently say, like, we're already in too deep. That's not something we can escape from. We need to finish this. And I tried to you said there's like spikes and stuff in there?
Yeah, it's just a couple of like iron spikes are in barrels and just kind of strewn about. There is actually, if ignoring what you actually see as, if you kind of, I'll take you guys back to that. Yeah, you guys are there. Ignoring kind of what you see, this is the general layout of. There's kind of just some side hallways and things kind of moving about.
Okay. Is there anything that I could use there to like tie up Caber and Margaret, or like pin them down, or like with Margaret, if I can just skewer her with those spikes and put her up against some shit, like I'm down.
So you want to tie up Caber, who's already shackled?
He's
still
shackled.
attached-
He's shackled, but he also could become magical and shit. I don't know, man. Like,
So what are you doing with the spikes with Margaret? Hold on. So you just want to like kind of like pierce her like torso and like prop her up.
can I like? So on that,
Pierce it to the wall.
I know on the table. Can I like pierce her to the table with the spikes and shit?
Yeah, Mick, you walk over and you grab the body as our eyes still open, just kind of a soft, kind of a guttural breathing, is kind of coughing at this dark, viscous liquid. You drag her body onto the table. You grab one of these iron spikes, walk over, and just pierce it through. It sinks through the wooden table beneath it as goes all the way through her body, pinning her to the table.
Can I do that with multiple?
Yeah. How many do you want?
Sweet. One for each leg, one for each arm, and then one through the neck.
You use up all the spikes as you pierce her into this uncomfortable YMCA pose.
Chad, in case you can't tell, fuck Margaret. All right.
Her body still
Yeah.
moves and kind of shakes as it's being pinned down.
While he's doing that, I want to go through the like clothes and stuff that Asher took off of her. See if there's anything of note.
There's no pockets or anything of the sort. It's like they're just robes that are now matted with blood and various chars and things of the sort.
Was she carrying anything while we were fighting her?
Outside of the kind of the small staff that she had, that was simply looked to be like a walking, like a wooden staff. She had a necklace.
Can I grab that?
Yeah, it seems to. It doesn't have any sort of gems or anything, but it has an 8-point star on it, kind of lined with iron and various metals. It's similar shape to the 8-point key you found before.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring it to Asher. Asher, do you think you can check if this is magic?
Yeah, sure.
All right. You should just.
Is
look
now the
away
best
from what
time?
Mick's doing. Well, he seems busy, and it seems like we might be down here for 10 minutes. So.
Yeah, let me see it.
Yeah, and I hand it to you.
I mean, maybe we should take a look around first.
That's a good
just-
call. I do that too.
Mick, you're right. We need to see this through. We
So-
should once you're done making those human skewers, we should maybe take
Just
a
one.
look around all the corners and see how placed this. Maybe it goes into mines thing.
Can I, is there anything that I can do to help Kabor? Like,
I mean,
heal-wise?
he's still on his side in the chair, kind of felt like falling over.
Was there any like rope or anything that I could use to like restrain him more?
You
Obviously he's in
didn't find any
shackles,
rope,
but-
no.
Okay.
I have rope
You said
if
there
you
was
want
you, you said there was vials and stuff in there.
Yes, there's a couple of liquids, some blue, a couple clear liquids, things of just random colors.
I take them.
Okay, how many? I mean,
You didn't say how many there were. I don't know.
there's
I
probably
take,
about 24 different vials and large kind of flasks.
Just start drinking them.
It's like the
I-
Emperor's New Groove scene.
There's some that are like duplicates, I assume, right?
Some.
Okay, I take one of the duplicates, open it, and like toss it at the wall. What happens?
It shatters and some of the liquid just kind of begins to trickle down.
Mick, what are you doing?
There's a bunch of vials here, and she came from that room, so clearly they're beneficial in some way, and I don't know what they do. So I'm just seeing if it's gonna light something on fire, or if we can actually use them.
As someone that has done some healing, do any of these vials look like they're potions?
Without smelling them, it's hard to tell. You know that there's certain aromas or colors that might associate it, but
I just ask Mick. I'm like, all right, well, can I help you?
Anything, man.
All right, we just start. I tell Mick, I'm like, hey, we should smell them. Make sure they don't smell bad.
Selena, you hear some
We're just
coughing from Kabor as he's on his side. Just
I like rush over to him. Are you okay? Is everything all right? How are you?
he looks down, kind of towards his hand. That it's just his hand's just shaking without his fingers, and he just a couple tears fall from his head. So much pain.
Do you remember anything?
I was in my shop, and I was attacked from behind by that thing. And he his hand still locked down, points up towards Margaret.
Did she say anything when you were locked up?
She called me a traitor.
A traitor for what?
He kind of begins to kind of crane his neck, but he's still like on his side on the ground, and kind of just tries to look down a little bit, but running into some issues. His neck is still shackled.
God, we really need to get these shackles off. I don't know, man.
I reassured. He's not going anywhere until he answers questions. He's got the same scar she does. I'm not letting him out.
Mick, keep smelling.
No, I'm wafting because you're not supposed to sniff chemicals.
I'm sniffing chemicals.
Asher just woo! Just slams his head against the table.
And that's how your intelligence scored.
Sniffing glue. It's all Elmer's chemicals.
What am I getting?
Asher, some of them feel a little bit rancid, kind of some of the smell, but you do smell a couple that smell sweet and kind of pleasant as far as the aroma. Probably about 2 or 3 of them.
Okay, then I will
The rest
take...
of them smell just from anywhere from, some kind of smell interesting, some just smell like pure death, acidic.
Take the pure death one, pour it down Margaret's throat.
I cork all the bad ones, put them back,
Okay.
and then I take the 3 good smelling ones, and I turn to Mick, and I'm like, Mick, hey,
Yeah.
I love you, man. And I drank one
God.
of the smelling ones.
No.
Yes.
I'm not feeling good. I'm like one of the other cleric dwarves. I swear, this smells good to me. He's used it before. I'm visibly hurt. By the way, like I am.
It's funny that you say that you're visibly hurt because as Asher drinks this, he disappears.
Like,
Do I still see him holding the things?
You see nothing. You see that he just
Asher see?
Asher. You still see the room as it just was.
Yeah.
Looking down, you can kind of see a shimmering version of yourself.
Oh wow! But I don't feel any better.
No, you just
Okay. You just hear me go, oh, wow. Wait, can they hear me?
Yeah, they hear a voice
Okay.
echo out.
Oh, wow.
What?
God?
Where are you?
Asher?
I'm like stars and see-through and glowy and
Where are the
oh
vials?
man.
Are the vials invisible too, or are they just floating?
He's holding all of them.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's what I asked.
No,
but-
everything that he was holding, everything
Everything
is invisible.
Yeah. So everything I have.
Asher, if you can
Wait,
hear
I want
me.
to try one. I want to try one.
No,
Give me
Yeah,
one.
no,
I'm-
no,
Give me
no,
right here.
Come on.
I'm right here.
no.
Come over here. Come over here.
We should not be drinking mystery
Guys,
potions.
I
no,
wanna
we've
try one,
already
I wanna try one.
Nah, no.
No.
So
Remember what happened with the bracelet by just trying it on?
You hear my voice wandering
get
around the
stuck.
room.
I get stuck with this, and you get to be invisible.
Well,
Not fair.
listen, I'm
We
doing
at least
service
smelt
to
it first. You just put it on without
I-
thinking about it.
Jewelry.
I am helping
That
the
came
group,
from a scorpion butt.
Wait.
which means that this other good smelling one definitely will bring me back.
Yeah, I
Asher.
And you
think
don't
that's
see
how it
anything,
works.
but you hear a glug glug.
God damn it. Roll the fucking dice. God damn it.
Yeah,
So
I'm
I
gonna have to
try-
here.
I tried
he's
the
double
other
invisible.
one of the other ones, and I still have one left. I'm gonna see if it like does something different. I guess.
Hold on.
Why not?
We
give
may have
one-
killed Margaret, but we've lost Asher forever.
Why not give one to K-Board?
As you down this, you feel the liquid kind of just soothe your throat. It kind of has that warm sensation as it falls kind of over your body, and you feel a little bit more, not healthier, but more spry. Like you probably could, you kind of feel a little more springy.
Ooh.
Oh God, that's not what he needs.
So I'm kind of like waiting for the reaction, guys. I don't think anything really substantial. I'm still invisible too, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Nothing. The second one really feeling kind of light. I mean,
He's like above floating in the air, right? We just can't see him.
you
You
don't
just
know
can't see him.
anything
You
right
just-
now, buddy.
Yeah, like
His voice
Like,
just
wh-
echoes through the basement.
okay.
Actually, this might work out, guys. So you can't see me, right?
Right.
No.
I sneak over towards Mick and tap him on the back to see if he I want to see if he can actually see me or not. I don't know if I should believe them or not.
Make you feel a pressure, like a tap on your shoulder.
Would you
Okay.
Asher,
good.
are you stop fucking around?
No, this is perfect. Let me take a look around. Nobody can. You guys stay here and question Calber, and I'll take a look around.
Caber.
K-Burr.
All right,
Cabor.
right here.
Whatever.
Asher, you go look around. We'll talk to Kabor.
Okay, I'll be right back, and I go to run.
Can I go off into like this side room?
That's where we found the potions. That's where
Oh,
we're at, I think, right now.
Can I just
Yeah.
go to like a corner where like I'm not near anyone?
Yeah.
And I kind of like lean down to my wrist and I'm like, "Hey, you there?" And I'm just staring and I'm like waiting, putting it up to like my ear.
Just checking the fucking time.
You hear
Smartwatch?
nothing.
What is this?
Nothing. God. Hey, I need you right now. Come on.
Nothing. They don't feel any sort of presence.
God. This son of a. Okay.
I walk over to like to K-board. All right, listen. Do you remember any surgery being done on you? There's a scar, and it looks really spooky. Where are you?
Can
Or
you,
like what happened?
can you at least sit me up?
Okay, I go and I sit him
You
up.
kind of rock him up into a sitting position. Long ago, I volunteered. I was a different man. And I allowed them to perform on me.
Perform in what way?
They imbued me with the very thing Margaret holds within her.
How are you different than she?
Through my plants and studies, I found various ways to counteract the control. And when I left, they've been hunting me since.
How'd you counteract it?
My fire drakes, amidst other things.
Oh no! That's the plant that we destroyed, wasn't it?
I can get more.
But Kabor,
they-
you're like okay, right? If
Very
you,
much so.
Okay.
He does seem a little bit more stern and kind of more than like, so. Normal stuff is a little more upbeat. He definitely seems a little more stern and kind of fierce. Not in fierce in like Mean Girl sense, but like anger.
Fierce. And how do we know we can
Trust him.
trust you?
Regarding what?
Well, if we unshackle you, how do we know you aren't gonna turn on us?
Well, I suppose you have to take my word for it. I haven't lied to you since we've met.
You also haven't told us the truth.
Mm-hmm. I don't trust you, Kabor.
Pardon me, but how would this have come up in conversation?
Maybe like when I brought you the symbol and you told me about this cult thing?
And told you what? That I used to be a
That
part
you,
of it.
Yeah. That would have been good information to have.
It's not exactly
Or
looked
maybe that
upon with
Margaret
kindness.
was part of it. Yeah, but you could have told us about how you left.
I've been doing my part to counter them and this.
Well, how did they find you if you've been in hiding for so long?
Margaret's husband, Allah. You've met him, no?
Mm-hmm.
Briefly.
When I asked that you be careful walking around, they put some of the dots together. You were spotted up north with the gnolls. They spoke with a man named Grim.
Oh, God. Freaking Grim.
I knew I should have shot him.
Did they
Please,
kill Grim?
can you please unshackle me?
Yeah, do you know where the key is?
Probably somewhere down here.
Okay. I'm gonna begin searching for the key.
I Asher, can you hear me?
I would have, while you guys were having this whole conversation, I would have been like all these hallways, rooms, and trying to explore this place.
Asher, everything looks very ordinary. Walking up into one of the rooms on the first floor, you just walk in and you see that there are two children sleeping.
There's two children's what?
Two children sleeping in one of the rooms.
Wait, down here where I am?
Or you're down here. I think you're up top. Well, all right. Well, that's,
No.
well, that's a thing. Okay. Go down here.
Erasing that from my mind.
That's
Don't
fine.
worry, we were gonna check the
Erasing
rest
it
of the
from
house
mine.
anyways.
Well, eventually we'll approach that. Down here, there's just a charred room in front of you that was engulfed in fire. It looks like the origin was a kind of a table of various vials and glass.
Okay.
And two children bodies.
That's
I'm kidding.
over here?
yeah.
Okay.
There's everything else in the room is everything's just gone. It's
Okay. All right.
So everything's just lit on fire. The guard is peace.
All right. Yeah, I come back and Mick, you just hear a voice that's like, everything's just on fire and destroyed in there.
Oh, good to know you're back.
Yeah. What's up,
Do you see
man?
a key?
Where exactly are you right now?
Kyle, have you looked at his shackles?
I will look at his shackles.
Okay.
You're so good at this,
On
man.
the backside, there's a central kind of mechanism that looks like it has an 8-point kind of lock to it.
Okay. Oh. Asher, can you bring me that the necklace I handed you?
Oh, I just so happened to be walking past the room that you're in.
Perfect.
Okay. I take the necklace and I give it back to Kai.
Okay.
As you put it into the back, you hear the click, click, click of the shackles, and they, like in succession, the neck goes first, then the chest, both the arms, the legs, and you see Keyboard. He kind of rolls his shoulders, stands up, and goes, "Thank you." And he looks at you, and you see that next to his eyes and his neck, there's a crack of purple energy. I need my fire drakes quickly. And that is where we will end the session.
All right.
Intense. The plot thickens.
Margaret has been dealt with. So
Yeah,
that's...
Frick Margaret.
Well, we don't know.
She's impaled upon a table.
She's still moving.
We still aren't sure if she's still living right now, technically.
What quality of life is that
think
really
so?
nailed to a table?
She's still moving.
Yeah,
Well,
she's still
you can
conscious.
just start, like...
She got death throes.
I can't believe it's her house. I actually can't believe it. Why'd you make it her house?
Thank you for that. I really needed that release. Just
It was, oh my god, 6. What the hell? Holy crap.
What?
Because it's good enough for Jesus. Oh my god.
wow.
Bruh.
Well,
Doesn't
thank
get
you
crowded.
everyone for joining us for Dungeon League. That is episode 4. We'll be back on Wednesday. Make sure you guys, !cast if you want to see everyone's Twitters. You can go follow them each there. A lot of them, I think everyone here streams. Go follow them for different things. Lawler and Athena for Rocket League. Asher does a lot of YouTube content. Go watch this video about him buying a girlfriend, a gamer girlfriend.
Wait, what did you do?
He bought a gamer girlfriend for
Fiverr.
Valentine's Day, and it's
No,
great.
you didn't.
It's fantastic.
Oh, it's great. Go watch it.
And go follow Hunter as well. He
Oh
does a bit
my
of streaming,
God.
playing some Apex Legends, things like that. Thank you guys for joining us. Have a wonderful night. We will see you guys next Wednesday.
Night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye, friends. See you next week.